One, we team overtime finish on Lotus, where Team Liquid were able to walk away with the win on their map pick. But now we go into T1's, which was somewhat surprisingly
Breeze.
a pick on Breeze. So
Yeah.
didn't go for the bind, which is kind of what I was anticipating from this squad. They lean towards Breeze, and neither team has played it so far here in the AVL. So the questions now come up of what in the hell are they going to be running?
Yeah, obviously we've seen some great variations so far at their AVL. We'll be diving right in to find out what they prepared here in the offseason on either side. You gotta imagine the Jet Versailles player and maybe a chamber.
Oh, good
What is
God.
this? I have been waiting for a day like this ever since Valorant has launched, Achilleos. As a Euro enjoyer, boy, are his stocks rising. Because not only did Forsaken show us a masterclass yesterday, but Izu and Keiko are jumping up to the plate.
Okay, guys.
Well, things are about to get interesting. They already were, but we're going to get even more interesting here. Yoru v Yoru, a double duelist set up from the side of T1. Liquid, we get our first look of Nats back over onto the Cypher here during AVL.
True.
But the biggest curiosity I have with Liquid's composition is running this solo controller with just Mystic on Viper.
Yeah, just a Viper and just a Yoru, right? So how do they plan to try to strike into a site? Now, they will be starting on the defensive side, so it will take us a little time before we can find out. But some very big differences. Sure, Yoru on both sides, but we'll talk about it more as the rounds commence because there are some very different interpretations on how that Yoru is meant to be used in these combinations.
That there are, but boy, this is about to get chaotic. Hopefully, our observers are all warmed up and ready to go because there's going to be a lot of action to track as we jump into map number 2, TL. Looking for the 2-0 win. Let's see if they can get it done on Breeze.
On Breeze.
Enzo going to be back here on the Sova, sticking with that pick. Very high value. And of course, Carpe going to be bringing that one out here for the team as well.
Yeah, so of course yesterday Forsaken on that Euro, I mean, not only was he able to get 5-dimensional drifts in the first half, but really just being a menace, ruining all the Cypher setups, etc. So T1, Euro is their main guy to help combat that Cypher, whereas of course Team Liquid, they even have the KO on top, no Cypher on the other side, but that can really ruin. The Viper lurks as well. T1 eyes on towards Elbow. Toxic screen early setup as well, just to apply that pressure and try to draw out Team Liquid into other parts of the map.
A really hefty mid presence here. 3 members playing forward there into mid. Execute it with the Harbor. We'll see how many lessons he's gotten from his younger brother Forsaken.
True.
Decent person to go to if you're trying to learn some of the strats. Maybe not Cove lineups, but here's the push.
Nice.
Already those side players build a
enak banget scan-nya anjir.
in, however, Nats after getting taken down, we'll have
Tawan
a little bit of
semua di
revenge
mid.
bounce. Keiko will claim the kill. Not be at 12 HP, however. Keiko just backing away towards the sites over towards B main. See if anyone's pushing through there, but as we can see, there is not.
Oh, nice.
First kill going to be
Oke,
coming
nggak
in
apa-apa.
there on
3 lawan 3
the
santuy.
we're on the opposite side of the map, but Mystic's able to equalize it, grabs the orb as well, and could upgrade the Ghost, but for now, won't be going for it. Spirit and Enzo duking it out, but Carpe joins the fray.
I mean, this is just T1 being patient and Team Liquid slowly devolving into these duels that they originally didn't necessarily want. I mean, up to the point that Mystic got the kill, it looks like Team Liquid had better map presence.
Saya 3 lawan 2
Now
santuy.
Keiko all alone.
All alone, but there's some decay
Untung
there.
bau anjir
Can't
ID.
quite line up the Sheriff shots. Carpe will be able to find himself a second in the round. Mystic now creeping his way forward. Here's the plan.
Tawan sih sama ini. Spirit, aduh dia liatin itu, aduh. Spirit bantuin, nice.
The headshot cannot get it. Carpe will find 3.
Nice round. Bisa yuk.
Will get themselves another pistol
Bisa,
round
bisa,
win.
bisa.
So T1, the
Spirit nggak bisa OP
idea, at
dong.
least for the pistol, right, you don't have much else util to work with, so just keep cutting up the map into smaller pieces, one angle at a time, apply pressure in mid. A good counter dart here
Wah,
coming
tuh
out
scan-nya gitu,
from
enak banget
Enzo
ya.
Silva, stops the push. But then they had Rossi waiting for the push out as well. I mean, initially they were all waiting for a potential push out of mid or a main. Rossi holds true, at least he gets that information across. Carpe still able to hold the fort in mid, and a good pistol round here for T1.
All right, well, a solid enough beginning. Now we could be picking up that Marshall. Sheriff in the hands of Keiko, but that's the lion's share of the firepower that's available for the side of Team Liquid. First shot from Yapi. be going a
Apalah,
little wide.
nice.
Izu in the meantime, Marshall of his own does find Keiko, taking him down and helping to escort them forward onto this A site where all the remaining players from Team Liquid are waiting. Push forward, push out through the wall. Side
langsung
player
dipandang.
really able to deal with
Nice.
Enzo. Izu gets himself a second kill. As Mr.
Kanan
goes
bang,
ball.
kanan kamu.
Saya, shoulder to shoulder.
Ya,
With
jumping
the
dapat
Will
nice
is
trap.
dying, but still comes
Pandal.
in. Vandal will be
Nice,
recovered.
aman-aman.
T1
Let's go, let's
move
go.
up now 2-0.
Mereka langsung
So
dapat
one thing's for
Pandal
certain, right?
Phantom,
T1 they want to
Guardian,
utilize this double
langsung
controller to
OP nggak tuh,
constantly put
mantap.
pressure on both sides of the map. They're not using it to always
Nah,
cut
iya.
up one site into smaller pieces,
Ya,
but
bisa
this
lah
way they
menangin
can always
bonus
apply
round
pressure
ya.
initially with a toxic screen, at least tie up one member, deny Team
Ya,
Liquid
ini kayak
from being
tadi
able to
nih,
go for
dibaca
these ammo
lu dikasih
stacks
4
on this
round,
large
terus
map.
dibaca
And
program
then,
teman.
try for these slow entries with the high tide, with the cascade. If it doesn't work out, you still got
Bonus,
the
bonus,
toxic
bonus,
screen on the
bonus.
other side.
Menangin bonus nih, enak kok.
Oh, and that off.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
Operator in on the attacking
Scan.
side in round 3. Side player feeling it. Drifts across to the far side of this poison cloud.
Now, Rossi was spotted with the
Sungkat
0 point
noise.
right
Oh,
from the
mid,
get-go
anjir.
level, and that draws Team Liquid
Oh,
to
membantuin nih.
push out, see if it's going
Jangan
to be a
trap.
heavy B stack or not.
Jaga biar nggak ada yang flank.
Master now
Wow.
situated in and amongst all of his little gadgets. Quick clear on that drone.
Gigi back.
Keiko can
Ya.
stay sat in his
Aduh.
position. Izu though,
Nice
finding out
trap.
being extra and taking down Mystic. Who's out? Just one player here on this entry.
Aduh, saya player kalah.
Very hefty advantage.
Ini gimana dan
Long wraparound going
Nggak diliatin,
inside.
Cok.
About to make
It's-
contact here against Keiko, who spots him first,
Oh,
gets the
shit.
headshot. Now a
turun
2v3.
3.
The spike gets planted.
Spirit tadi pakai
Yeah,
OP
but
bisa lah
positioning
menang
here
yuk.
coming out from Carpe. If he
Spirit
gets
OP.
one kill, he'll down just Fury just to buy time.
Ada
That'll
yang
allow
bisa liatin
Spirit to
belakangnya.
hold the line with the operator.
Pikiran sini.
They have a good inkling because they haven't seen him exit just yet.
That's the dart. Carpe gets
Aduh,
it.
timing.
Security pulls off the angle.
What the heck, the timing.
Right as he
Dapat
would
gua,
have
aduh.
spotted him. And Carpe
Aduh.
cannot win the fight. Enzo standing tall. Doesn't even really take any damage somehow. Shot not
Aduh,
connecting. Extra
henti.
gets snatched
Apa?
through the wall, but now that operator
Wah,
is going to be
di-timing
carried
nih, Cok.
over into round 4 in Team Liquid's hands as they will stop T1 from converting the bonus.
Yeah, so Team Liquid made that early call to push out of mid to check, is it going to be any mid presence? How many people do we think are on B? But that way they also commit to the fact that A's just going to be a retake. They take some early damage through the doors. Coming out to
Mana
mid here,
bonus, tapi
Izu with some
OP
clean
juga
shots
nih,
alongside
abang.
Xcurate. But
Set
at the end of the
player.
day, that early decision allows him to still be able to set up against
Anjir,
his
1
post
HP.
lane, go for the retake, keep
OP
3 rifles
banget,
alive, even get that operator as an
OP.
upgrade.
Well, 2-1. The score here, obviously no operator. Going to be possible now for T1.
Well, Hunter's Fury online, though. This could just be a quick
Interview.
send if they so choose.
Toxin screen down.
Well aware of that potential 0 point.
Carpe in position, thinking about going
Tek
here.
1 langsung ulti.
Drone, bite to buy some more time. Ball now going to be going up. Drone leading out. Another snake bite to try and delay. Side player dashes forward, only takes a little bit of damage, and there's going to be the flash. Swing in for the counter flash
Oh,
is good,
nice.
but Izu
Sabar.
supporting in behind, catching them off guard.
Waduh,
Up flash
sama-sama
through the
flash
wall.
tuh. Ya
Nyawer
ampun,
still able to
kalah.
find the kill. Side player going to be taken down by Nats.
Xcurate all
Nice.
alone on the pyramid.
High tide.
Oh,
Falling
nice, Bang
down, but
Xcurate.
able to find
Stairs,
some
stairs, stairs,
kills.
santai, santai. Tolong dua.
Enzo and Keiko versus Carpe and Rossi.
Ah, sabar.
Will arrive.
Pangkir.
So taking a bit of damage. Shock dart sent out. Does it get the hit? Yes, it does.
Oh,
Whittling him down to 31 HP. Spike now planted.
they haven't seen this Yoru, so
Siap, you know.
know that it's
Satu
coming
low.
around slowly. Got Carpe
Satu low,
watching back
santai.
at the same time.
Aduh,
There it is.
coba
Swinging
bisa
out.
bisa
Carpe
Bang Rossi.
find an angle.
Satu low.
Falling. Now it's all on Rossi. Has
Aduh,
the bites and
timingnya.
trying to
Ah,
delay. Got the
kelihatan.
spot onto one.
Nice.
Forward. Takes out Enzo.
Oke, pintar. Ke kiri.
Delay the potential
Aduh.
fuse.
I love the early snake bite just to buy time. That gives him a little bit more to work with in terms of mind games here.
Udah ketahuan stepnya mana?
Got to get a move on.
Santai.
Swinging around the side. Shorty in hand, but the distance is not good for him, and this round is over. Would love to hold on to the operator, but Rossi will not allow and gets the headshot. A great clutch here
Di
for
one
him.
tap gitu.
T1
Dapat OP.
now move up 3-1.
Oke,
The
dapat.
op can be handed right back over into side player.
Good recovery from T1. It looked like it could have been a bit dicey after that flash, pop flash out from Izu. Not able to
Yeah.
connect into a kill. Good
Nih,
entry initially.
sama-sama,
but
Cok.
Yami
Nge-flash
just
terus
gets the
nge-swing.
flash first. He's a little bit too far forward. Doesn't
Nih,
get
untung
hit
Xcurate dapat
fully
2 nih.
by that blind side. Execute stabilizes though,
Oh,
and that's
yeah,
all they
anjir.
needed to be able to wrap up the post plan on the side of T1. And the big question is from Team Liquid is at some point after this eco round, you got to start to change up your Cypher setups because T1 is just absolutely ignoring it on the B side.
More of a defensive hold here, expecting that aggression to come through into A main, and
Wah,
aggression
di-push kayaknya.
indeed is seen. Ultimately, though, they will start
Dodo bisa balik sih
away,
ini.
leaving Keiko forward.
Stuck
Got the
kali.
exit strategy of that gate crash, and Carpe let's try to flush him out here.
Kena
with that
scan
drone.
langsung TP.
Stop getting the reveal. We'll just force him back.
Yeah, they even follow him all the way through on the dark.
Kecil,
Keiko is going to get
kita
caught by
iko,
an early
kecil,
swing.
kecil.
So that's the A main push ruined from Team Liquid. They're continuing to stay grouped up, but T1 has an idea that they're somewhere on the A side, right? I mean, the gate crash even coming out next to the pyramids.
Toxin here.
So T1 just waiting to see if there's any re-aggression. They've already given up mid control. They want to just stay together. Don't give away these free rifle upgrades once the skirmish happens.
All five now gathered here, ready to push forward. Even though they're playing in against weaker weaponry, we will see that reckoning invested from Execute.
Alah, jangan trifty, cok. Aduh, di belakangnya nggak ada yang jaga ya. Mereka nggak ada sentinel. Tapi dijagain sih. Ay, kenapa bang Skuret?
Characteristic whiff.
Aduh, bisa ada flash. Pinter banget lagi di-smokin. Oh, nice, dapat satu. Bang, bantu bang. Jadi. Aduh. Miss mulu, cok.
I mean, you saw more members
Back
here.
against.
Yeah, T1 correctly
City-nya udah
backing
dapat
up
tuh.
out of it, trying to hold
Mundur.
different angles now from
Udah ketahuan
backside.
2-3. Nice, 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 nice. Mundur. Kayak mati dari ini dah, dari spek. Mati dari spek aja, guys.
Oh, easy one set dimensional drift.
Wah,
One way
timing
or
banget.
the other,
Nggak
he's
mati.
gonna go for it.
Oh.
Ya ampun. Missing a 3 HP. Can just go ahead, die to the spike, gets gifted.
Ceder.
Additional little bit of ult charge. T1 will be able to win out the round, but they lose 2 players.
Kenapa nih OP-nya
So
sudah?
Easy will get the dimensional
Sulit
drift, but
juga ya.
dies to
Kayak bisa
Mystic,
langsung
which allows
kabur
him to
tuh.
get his pit up as
Kasih
well.
ke saya player.
So curious to see if T1 just hold on to that Euro ultimate as a
Oh,
counter.
jadi
Of
saya
course,
player
Team Liquid
pas mau
have their
entry
full
dikasih
stack
ke
of ultimates,
Sturet
quite
spek
frankly,
jaga.
ready to fight back. Now,
Flank-nya.
this toxic
Oke.
screen that Rossi continues to put up on the B side, this is why Nats can't give up the setup, right? I mean, they're still trying to stack A. That they know that's where T1's been pressuring. They're just relying, okay, if that toxic
Stuck
screen is there, we
empat.
have our trap wires as well.
Oh.
That's how we'll combat it. But that also lets T1 know, okay, there aren't going to be any traps on the A side. We haven't seen that variation come out just yet.
Set.
Here in mid,
Ada
Keiko sprinting
baru multi
forward.
nyari info.
The dimensional drift, and now
Oh.
coming through, just scouting for him, and Execute gets taken down. Side
Tai
player, however,
banget itu.
pitches in from double doors, manages to get the trade.
Pinter ya
Right
ini
back over
pinter.
now
Oh,
on
nggak
that B
sniper.
side. Izu in deep, but cannot get the
What?
shot.
Oh,
Ends up falling down.
udah ngeras stepnya.
Spike now starting to drift over towards.
Wah, di ulti
shop.
lagi. Aduh, sayang
Reveal
banget.
comes through.
Abang Rossi.
Seen too much information as far as where the spike is going to be, but
Tag gitu.
Rossi looks like
Hanya
everybody wants
kosong.
to pile in on top of him and make sure that
Mainin
he
waktu
cannot
3 lawan
survive.
4.
I like it.
And again, that they overstep, finds one,
It's a lot of time on.
gets himself a second kill, but
Apa
Mystic will
itu,
be able to
Cok?
strike him
Ya.
down. Carpe now all on his lonesome, spotted. That 0 point does
Oh,
come back.
nice.
Gets the kill onto Yampi,
Anjir,
however, now
tuh.
Mystic sprinting
Wah, pinter
forward.
banget, cok.
Has Carpe heard the first step?
Nahan
Looks like he has.
lama anjing.
Relocates
Aduh, kedengeran
himself,
step.
up
Oh,
on top of stairs. The drone
Scan.
coming through. Mystic going for the
Connects
pit.
him.
The dart connects, and that's going to delay him. And this pit does not get him to the spike.
yang
Yeah, I
ulti
mean, this
untuk
is a bit
apa,
of a
cok?
panic pit just to try to get into the site, but Mystic,
Lah,
Drops it.
not much time.
Not much time at all. Up
Waduh.
over the top. Still
Astray
finds the
babang.
shots, and he should be able to get the
Carpe.
fuse.
Man, gets there in time.
mainin
I
waktu
mean,
aja nggak apa-apa
Carpe,
sih.
he goes for the drone to try to delay
Oh,
him.
masih ada
It
waktu.
forces the pit out, sure, but that also gives away his position entirely, and Mystic, well prepared, instantly
Saya
drops
bisa
the
dah main
pit
waktu aja tuh.
for that recovery and will bring home
Bilang
that second
ngepi.
round.
A little over-eager in the clutch position, perhaps, there from Carpe.
Ya anjir, tur.
Just sat back, still was holding on to shock
Teng,
guards.
apa itu, cok?
Try and clear
Oh,
off
thank
the
you,
fuse.
Miss Upstep.
Great heroics from Rossi to make this as even as it was.
Apaan, cok? Rossi,
In the end,
aneh banget.
Mystic, yeah, ult gonna be
Ilham.
kind of burnt there, but ultimately still does win the round for them. So Liquid get
Gimana?
their second
Apa gimana ya?
Now, you want to think long-term for T1, sure, you've made them basically burn through all of their ultimates. You have a couple of your big ones coming up
Daripada
online soon.
diginin bang, mending kita
You can try to get that
nggak tahu lah
momentum back
pengalihan.
economically.
Makanya jangan terlalu rame-rame nih. Takut coy tadi udah 100.
Scouting around the site. Rossi looks to hold any flanks.
Nah ini,
He's coming down,
gantian
in the
tuh.
middle, and so Silk gets a kill on a
Set
Saya
kok
player.
bisa dapat banyak juga.
Trading
Weh,
back,
buset
but a
nape nih.
martyrdom from him after he goes down. Yapi now is holding the line. Comes up with 2. Spike is stranded, not
Beneran,
planted.
double door.
Excurate thinking about his options, thinking about where they will least suspect him to come from.
And Team Liquid, I mean, it shows that they
Breeze.
have been
Jangan
prepping their own
di-expect.
Eurocomp as well, because as soon as that dimensional
Oh,
drift
di-expect
comes out,
anjir
they
sama
just
Mas
know
Mystic.
where to hold those angles throughout all their utility to make
Wih.
sure they have every possibility covered.
Kita nggak siap.
And it's just trades back and forth. T1 takes so much damage on the entry itself that they die to all this other utility.
Ayolah, sok Korean cok. Ini kan kebiasaan dikasih 4 front, terus di ini kayak udah langsung kebaca gitu. Tadi match pertama juga gitu anjir. Tuh, hari-hari through the smoke anjay. Apa ya? Ini kita cek PC jumpy
Yeah,
guys.
and the problem here
banget,
is also that
so.
you only have that Silva alongside the Euro. So as soon as the high tide comes out, Yampi knew he was safe as long as he wasn't spotted by the Euro. You know they're only clearing the inside of the site.
Keiko wanting to push elbow. Off in hand.
Hei,
Comes
hei.
in, spots Excurate,
Wah.
jumps out before they're
Sian
applying.
banget coy Eskuret yang dilihat. Jet yang ini.
Over the top, gets
Yang mati
himself down
Eskuret.
to the nest. Plenty of noise has been made. There's 2 players waiting. Just sat here ready to punish. Now Mystic as
Aduh.
well. Lurk.
Aduh.
Flash in. This could absolutely destroy him.
Nice.
Essential Yapi though.
Oh.
Izu.
Oh, and the
Now
cover.
player Mystic.
Bang, nggak apa-apa, nggak apa-apa.
Tries to go for Enzo.
Santai.
Cannot
Ya.
get him. Enzo swinging out even wider. Drops Carpe.
Nice.
Dodges the flash.
Menang dong,
Looks to
nice.
try to get
Double
rid
door
of
bang,
that enemy
Izu.
Yoru, but
Double
Izu
door,
did
expect nggak sih?
find a
Oke,
kill.
TP.
Now
Kemana dia?
K crashes all the way over into the site where he can plant safely.
Aduh, cuma ada bulldog
Somehow
lagi.
T1 make this miraculous
Bang, boleh
move
saya
into
bulldognya
the
ambil
site
senjata
down
dulu nggak sih
within
bang?
as well.
Oke.
Everything's possible. The camera finally gets taken out.
It's a risky play though.
Kayaknya
Izu
bulldognya
has
kasih
the
ke.
sheriff and there's no weapons nearby for him to try to grab.
Oke.
There's that much more pressure here on Rossi. As the fake goes spotted. There is Izu staying alive for a little bit longer somehow. And
Nice.
Shorty only going to be able to find one.
Oh,
Rossi
1 lawan 1.
still
Bisa yuk.
Nats does have an okay idea that he's been pushed out of the pit on one side, but he's running very low thanks to that decay.
Can he out-rat the king? Rossi pulling back, trying to do so. Cyber cage in, another snake bite down.
Nice.
The instant headshot.
Nice.
Will in fact be able to convert the round.
A very aggressive play to plant Saya, your jet, into nest, but then you had Izu holding that cross angle the entire time. Sure, if Team Liquid made their move during the high tide, things would have been different, but they just did not account
Yang
for the double
kelihatan
stack
Jet
in
yang
mid.
kena.
You know, great start from Keiko, but Izu, 2 heroic shots with the Sheriff from mid that allows the setup for Rossi to get the 1v1 clutch.
Nice.
Shaking
No
that.
fuck you.
That one was very much
Temot.
on the brink
Temot.
of Liquid just bringing this back into a 4-4. T1 hold on to the lead at least for now, and that's why we see the intervention here from Emil.
So, you know, a couple other things that they can continue to add on, right, to really try to reapply some mental pressure back to T1 is, you know, similar to what they just did. What they just did is with that Yoru, pressure mid, right? Put in some presence and you can game crash out. Again, the question is, if you continue to just have the Cypher planted on B, these stacks, the full stacks on A, I mean, it worked against the Dimensional Drift, but T1 has had some other ideas. So whether it's pushing that elbow, whether it's pushing out of doors once again, utilizing that Euro with the gate crash, you need some other pressure around the map so T1 can't just sit there and then say, all right, 1, 2, 3, let's go, crash onto the site on the A side.
Timeout now will expire and we'll go right back into the rounds. Take a look at the buy here from Liquid Half Armors. Widely, rifles in hand. Just that Guardian there for Keiko.
Yeah, and look at T1 on the opponent's timeout. They're going to go for a hard stack on the B side for the first time. That past round, sure, they gambled in mid and they eventually made their way through. It's always just been Rossi lurking here, but this time it's full force.
That's around the corner. Going up.
Aduh, kesian kamu
On
bang.
that camera, but that Hunter's Fury shot has found him. Carpe able to take him down. Keiko, however, finding
Nice.
Izu on the entry. Enzo is
Loh,
getting
nggak
involved
nice.
as Curate and Saya player
Bang,
will fall.
Kenapa jadi 2 lawan 3
Second year
gini?
for Liquid's Yoru.
Langsung
Carpe
rotate.
Rossi now sprinting
Itu
the
kenapa?
opposite direction. He inch forward. Rossi will find that the site is going to be empty.
Waduh,
Plant down.
bikin sound gitu nih.
Potentially into a decent position.
Rossi ideally wants at least one more kill, right? Whoever is kind of lurking behind to make sure that the rotate can happen for Team Liquid. Rossi wants to win that battle, but he doesn't want to get there too quick. They had to take
Makanya,
time to clear out
pokoknya kita
He needs
kalau
to
dirang
wait
langsung
for the
lari aja,
plant.
cok.
And props to Keiko for having that gate crash
Gas
set up
sampai di
on the
drone
B
gitu.
side. I mean, T1 did not account for that. They
Pas
assumed
painting
it's
baru
just a
maju.
Cypher as it always has been. They had a set play, and
Hari.
that one gate crash buys enough time for Enzo to come for backup as well.
Spike now planted, but Team Liquid, they have to be so cautious because they have given up so much
Painting
space.
untuk double door.
They don't know what kind of forward positions T1 could be situated in at the moment.
Yeah, you do have 2 snake bites and a shock dart as well, so some good post-plant utility.
Scan 10 detik lagi.
Rossi just hiding himself by door with that poison cloud. It's going to be really hard to check that he
Udah
might be
biarnya kena nggak?
outside of that door, a risky position.
Not ready yet.
Fight going Carpe's way, pulls back, sends out
Oh,
the
nice.
dart. Rossi now striking
Oh,
by
nice.
one. Carpe
Lah,
dragging
beneran.
across.
Side.
Gets Mystic. The bite
Aduh,
comes through.
santai, Cin.
Enzo will be able
Nice,
to find the
Bang
kill.
Carpe.
Carpe will pick up a third,
Let's go.
keeping T1 now firmly in the lead, 6-3.
And let's give credit where
Sebenarnya
credit
ada
is
ulti
due.
lagi.
Rossi is running
Ah.
laps around Team Liquid. That lurk is coming into play. So many rounds that Team Liquid in theory
Thrifty.
should have
Eh,
won.
Thrifty apa equal?
Rossi just opens up the
Bukan
other
bukan.
side on such a crucial timing, secures and clears the entire site.
Gorgeously done. I mean, yeah, things getting well
Yeah.
scrappier than T1 would have anticipated. Great stuff there from Keiko with that Guardian in hand to find those 2 kills and shut down the push, but surrendering all of that space and not necessarily having a great read on what T1 was going to be doing going into this round.
Trapnya cuma satu.
Costing them. You can see major change-ups here.
Ah, di push.
Just the one trapwire situated here on B, and Mystic to try to hold the line.
Yeah, they don't want to overinvest here with that half buy.
Trapnya
Eventually,
di
that
side,
trapwire
siap.
comes out on A cave just so they can empty it. This is allowing Team Liquid to
Cut
try to
nice.
rotate faster, but I think the sentry going to be a little bit earlier than they expected.
Yep, trapwire not going to catch Saya player. It's set up above him.
Eh.
Meantime, Mystic, he did clear out
Trapnya
that gate
gimana?
crash. Just kind of walking in vanilla, but now he will fall. Excurate able to find the
Oh, ada
kill.
yang kena trap.
Izu low on HP. Excurate as well, tagged down to 50. Keiko lurking on the side of the wall. It drops. He gets
Waduh,
the
kesian
kill on
banget
the one.
memang
Carpe
Carpe.
going to be interrupted on that spike plant. Now Enzo opening up with that Hunter's Fury, looking for the target. Saya player somehow
Anjay, main
redraws
apa
the
nih?
weapon out,
Main
takes
Apex
down
kah?
Nats over a tunnel.
Still got Rossi holding the back as well.
Happy he will be able to get the hip fire shot to take him low.
Everyone's so low.
Pas backside.
Enzo, he's a bulldog.
Enzo ada scan sih.
Shots.
Scan dulu.
Can he find
Aduh.
him? Spots one. Poison orb
Set,
set up.
set,
Rossi.
set.
Re-swings. Man's bold as all hell, and then
Anjay.
goes right back in for it once more.
Let's
And
go.
wins the round, 7-3. T1 now on a 3-round win streak.
Yeah, and just the way that Rossi was peeking back and forth, it sets up time for
Ah,
Obscure
sekarang
to
baru
wrap
ada
around
ulti,
as well,
guys.
out of his own high tide. He wide swings at the very end to secure enough
Pas
time,
A.
gets the kill for himself, the cherry on top. And
Jangan
now, 2
jiggle ya.
rounds in a row.
Habis jiggle
for
terus
all-
dapat. Anjir. Hoki banget.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, some kind of crucial shots here coming out from Saya as well. But at the end of the day, the 2 rounds in a row, focusing
kemarin
on
nggak ada yang
B,
pakai isu ya,
that puts
agent
Team
isu.
Liquid back into a little bit of confusion. I mean, you can see the setup's late here for Nats as well.
Anjir.
Starting to get everything going now on that A site.
Nggak expect sini Abang Rossi.
There, Rossi.
Aduh.
The box.
Takut juga.
He'll just wait and see if he can
Timing. Ah!
place.
Buset,
Forward, up in
buset.
the smokes. Yappy and Nats finding
Kena
one
begal
piece
dalam
out here
smoke
in
banget
mid.
tuh.
Rossi now swings in, puts some damage
Buset,
down.
nggak apa.
Manages to
2 lawan
find
3
two.
santai masih winnable.
Bringing this back within a
2 lawan
winnable
3.
position. In the meantime, it's Carpe and Excurate getting the plant down on the A site.
It's a good read from Team Liquid on that mid presence.
Nearby,
Aduh.
going out, but Carpe finding Nats now, bringing it into a 2v2. They know where the Soba's at. Still need to try to suss out Mystic's position though.
Tadi menang ya Tiwan.
Completely gone for T1.
Bagus.
Itai just comes up, but he doesn't have time to use
Oh,
it.
nice timing.
Timing.
Last double door.
Accurate, seeing that dart coming through, managing to find one. Mystic, roughly aware of his position, but Accurate just still decides to swing and challenge. Takes it down, 8-3.
Map 3 sih, map 3.
On an absolute stop right
Izu ada
now.
ulti.
And once again, it's Rossi's
Kalah
kills
dia.
that just give them that breathing room, right? If Rossi doesn't get the
Tuh,
spray down double
anjir,
here in
dibegal
mid
dalam
with the
smoke itu.
Phantom,
Untung nih
I
si
mean, it's all
Toshi dapat
over.
dua.
There's too many members alive, too much util
Oh, apa
available.
itu anjir?
But that allows them to go for these 1v1 duels, hold different angles on the side of
Nice.
T1. Rossi topping the board right now for that squad with a good round lead.
Pit available here as we go into the final round of the half.
Nggak ya?
Mystic will use that. It's actually just trying to cut off
Di ulti
mid.
mid. Anjir.
Still access in towards the A
Tinggal lihat
site. He
mid.
crashes set up all the way back. Just underneath the bridge.
Okay, so they decide, you know what, the set plays coming out from T1, it's not worth fighting. Let's make them use their ultimates, get through. They have their own
Side clear,
dimensional drift to try to
side
counter this on the retake.
Well, you can see they're just wanting to see if the site is open. Don't really care that much about the pit itself. Well, it's so far away from the plant
Plant.
spot.
Ooh,
Don't really have
nice.
to try to go for this one. Enzo now going to be taken down. Side player dashing forward, looking on the hunt. Keiko lying in wait, does find that headshot.
Dicari nih Vipernya di mana nih.
His own dimensional drift in play, looking to try to scout through Rossi's pit. Hunter's Fury opened up. Bay hunting, fishing.
Bang, nih bang, tembakin bang, bang.
Mask will come off,
Aduh,
swing through the wall.
tidak, Rossi mati.
Rossi as well, dead, so the pit does drop. Carpe and Excurate now the last one standing as Excurate is
Oh,
swinging
nice try.
around, trying to stop this defuse from
Nice try,
coming
nice try.
through. But it's only going to be good for one. Liquid will close out the half with a final round win, 8-4 the scoreline.
Man, the Hunter's Fury gets used because they hear the dimensional drift. They want to keep kind of the entrance of one side of the pit
Switching
safe, make
side.
sure that you're closing off all points of approach. But the dimensional drift gets so much intel coming out from Keiko. You know, Team Liquid just knows where to hold those angles right on the outside of the pit, how to approach it, and they pinch.
Rossinya mati,
Push them
cok.
out of A main. Hunter's Fury already used.
Inti
Can't
banget.
use it for the post plant.
Well, decent effort at the end there from Excurate, but good cover. Spread from Team Liquid.
From Team Liquid.
8-4.
I mean, in all honesty, a couple of those lurks doesn't come online. It's probably we're looking at a 6-6, right? I mean,
Sure.
Team Liquid, they had the numbers advantage quite a few times, and they just can't account for Rossi's timings there in mid. Eventually, they fix that up by investing a lot more coverage on the middle part of the map. But now going on to the attack, my big question is you just have the Yoru to break into the site. You have no one else who can really extend that extra angle for your entry point. Curious to see how they navigate around that.
I was a little bit concerned for Liquid. I thought maybe this was going to end up being a 9-3 because we saw it with the last Hunter's Fury use from Enzo. I thought they were going to be using that, you know, as that couple and that double up ultimate alongside the dimensional drift. Saw him use it over on the B site. They ended up losing it, so I thought maybe they were just going to lose out from there. Good recovery coming through to be able to pick up that fourth round. Granted, you know, it is Breeze. Historically, we've seen this be a more attacker-sided map, so picking up a pistol here at the start of the half could certainly set them up for a big run back.
Yeah. The thing is their comp is very much targeting, you know, the much more kind of standardized compositions we've seen, especially focused around that Cypher. No Cypher on the other side, so the 0.15 map value is still fairly good against the likes of Viper to really just leave the site wide open. We'll have to see how that timing and positioning comes into play.
Some early darts out. Keiko just getting pinged there. Over in shot, but widely.
Dapat tiga
Very
itu
large fan out
siapa ya?
here from Team Liquid.
Yeah, and look at the mid presence from T1 using that gate crash and the fact that they have double
Wah, B-nya masuk.
ability. Just take
Anjir.
control of that.
Menang dong saya player. Buset. Untung ada Izu anjir. Wah, aduh. Mati juga kan.
Comes in, finds the kill. Yampi in the meantime will finish off side player.
Aduh, midnya babang Esuret.
From behind, can he get the timing? Yes,
Aduh.
he absolutely can, because Carpy's just sat there with a drone in hand, and Excurate will get taken down.
Waduh.
4v2 now. Yampi spotting out Rossi, the bite coming down. He
Oh,
actually
nice.
gets- Oh, what?
Oh, nice.
Keiko and Yampi both
Yo, low,
falling to the
last low,
wayside.
last low.
Suddenly,
Let's go.
Enzo's the last man standing.
Oh,
They're sticking to defuse. He's going to try to send out a dart. Is he low enough? The answer is yes. So Izu will get dropped.
Aduh, menang dong.
Half already done.
He's got one more
nice
dart,
banget,
but it's not
anjir.
gonna get there.
Let's go.
Rossi will even get the defuse, get
Let's
off,
go,
get
let's go.
himself a third kill,
Anjir.
and T1
Untung betul.
will take
Babang Rossi
another
dapat dua,
pistol
Cak.
round.
Rossi on Breeze, built different. I mean, with the classic too,
Rossi
that's
on
when I thought it was
Breeze,
really
built
over. But able to pick up a double for himself.
Itu lagi ngedrone,
approaching on the
anjir.
retake.
Apa lagi? Oh, geding.
I mean, it's just nuts.
Long range.
Nice run. Bisa
Headshots
satu
to the
sama yuk.
vulnerable are gonna do you some good favors, but
Satu sama.
unreal from Rossi. 15-7-1 now on the Viper. He says, "Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna keep using a pistol because that's been going well."
I mean, can't blame him.
Kena
Cam setup gonna be spotting that
selfie gitu.
standby, forcing him back. It's a very heavy double push coming through. It's Yampi though. Right there with the Marshall, able to take him down. And Izu not finding much of anything, barely manages to jump out, and that's going to be a weapon
Dapat
recovered
Vandal.
into Keiko's hands.
Izu one
That's two
HP.
Marshals and a Vandal now. The Vandal, of course, being that upgrade. And T1, I think they saw the Cypher and they didn't expect it to be a full stack on the B side. Greeted a bit for the kills here.
Keiko now doing to Rossi what Rossi did to them, kills him off with the classic
Bang.
at range, and Enzo puts that newly found
Apa
Vandal to
itu bang?
use.
Kok bisa kalah dari
Pushing on
klasik
Carpe,
bang?
and this has spiraled completely out of
Tolonglah.
control for T1.
Team Liquid,
Oh,
after
dia
the setback,
expect-
they know that T1 now have the pressure on them.
Yeah, I mean, the call comes in there like, guys, they're just hinting into us, just chill. And it worked out, it does.
Yeah.
Keiko, the
Indeed.
only casualty, as Team Liquid not winning out an effective 20
Weapon
rounds.
here.
I mean, the initial Marshall shot from Yampi opens things up. You know, that forces a Vandal drop. And Izu's like, well, I don't want to leave this here for free. Hopefully I can at least get one
Waduh,
trade.
bantingannya anjir.
Takes a lot of damage for himself, gives up that Vandal in the process, and it all falls apart from there
Itu
as
babang
T1
Inspira.
kind of panics and tries to pinch onto this very passive Team Liquid squad.
That's a round that could very well come to haunt T1 if it gives Team Liquid a very solid way back into the game. Everyone sheriffs across the board. They're out on that 0 point. Not wanting to be noted.
Yeah, with that, though, they know that they've given up big.
Easy kill for
Toxin
Nats.
screen down.
It's a very
Apa
solid
trade?
start.
Ipo juga
One less
santai.
player to be
Ipo
concerned about, especially with all the mobility.
Dapat satu nggak sih babang?
Or does
Saya player. Dapat satu nggak sih?
So something that I think T1 hopefully keeps in mind in the coming rounds is the fact that Team Liquid, they only have that one controller, right? So at the end of the day, they're not going to constantly push and pull from both sides with something like a double controller comp. Sure, they can have someone lurking in person, but Team Liquid will always be happy to sit back and then execute onto a site. That's all they're built for anyway to begin with, other than potential, you know, Euro
Attack nggak tuh?
lurks deep into
Liatin saya
enemy
playernya dong.
territory. So as long as they're aware
Nggak ya?
of those gate crashes, they can hold this default for a lot longer than they think.
What comes up? Dart's not going to ping anybody.
Ya, scannya ketek langsung rotate.
Made T1 think twice, and it is. You can see the rotations coming
Apa-apa
through now.
Ipo juga.
30
Pull off
seconds.
that A
Santai
site for a
dia.
brief little moment. Now they're going to have to try to retake
Kecepatan
this. Nats
scan-nya,
continues
siap.
to linger back here by that attacker spawn. Secure it just on the far side of that wall, and as it goes down, it's an easy kill for Yampi to clean up.
Just the sheriffs left, not much they can do here.
Gate crash out from Keiko, so everybody very
Nice.
deep close plant position here. It's
Nice
Enzo
shot.
on one Rossi. Let's trade that one back, but suddenly it's
Oh,
all
nice.
on Saya player and with the recovered weapon. That does give
Gak
us
apa-apa, bonus run
a
kan
moment
itu.
of concern for Team Liquid. They do some
Ipo
decent
juga,
damage,
apa-apa.
taking down 3, but TL
Yuk,
2
orang
rounds in a row now here in this
CB
second half. 3 more to go to tie us up.
So again, with better weapons, I wonder if T1 continues to push out. Because I get it, you've got the Jet and the Yoru, you've got Saya, who's great at long-range battles. It all makes sense, but Team Liquid not as concerned about you holding
Nats juga
mid. They
betul.
will have these
Maksa.
set plays ready with the double initiator, with the KO and Silva to just break through the main entry point of either site.
Set up once again.
Hancurin refund, balik.
Gonna be taken out.
Satu.
It's a 4-man push into elbow. Carpe just jiggling the angle for the time being. Cyber cage going down. 0 point gets the catch as well. Saya waiting for that cage to expire. But not sure what's gonna happen. Zero
Nice
now.
banget tuh
Flash through,
flashnya
Izu
tuh.
able to find one.
Cuman
Picks up
nice
Taylor.
try.
Mystic quick to trade it. St. Spike gonna be thrown down as well. Try to send out the
Oh,
pop
nice.
as the wall drops. Arvane Rossi find one.
Oke, 3 lawan 2, nice. Bro,
Sending out
satu
the
kelas side.
ultimate, but will fall to Saya's operator.
drop.
Enzo's the last one
Tunnel.
standing. He's
Ayo lo, Bang.
completely noted.
Bang
Dings
Carpe.
the wall.
Eh,
69
eh.
HP remaining as Carpe just bouncing his way.
Lompat-lompat nih.
Fish out of water behind the box.
Kelihatan tuh, Bang. Ya ampun. Exuret, nice
Jin
tuh.
finds it, but Execurate is there. Get the shutdown. Still though, bloody. Cash-wise, T1 pretty weak, pretty empty pockets coming into the round.
Yeah, very costly win for sure. But they do get to keep the operator, which was, of course, the biggest investment in that past round. And they were able to plant Saya in a very unexpected position, right on the drop from Halls. With the
Tuh
high
anjir,
there,
dapat
cross angle. They
banyak,
were somewhat
Cuk.
prepared for it with their own cyber cage, but once it drops, Saya's there ready to catch Nats from behind. And good setup from T1. Again, playing a bit more passive, understanding that Team Liquid is always going to try to file through one point of entry.
Saya looking for it once again. Time being, looks like no one wanting to push up here in towards mid in that pit right now.
Wah,
Trying to stop them from really make their way through, but here
ya
comes the
ampun.
hunt again.
Carpe dong.
Carpe gonna be
Yang di
taken
ini.
down. It's actually Yampi who finds the kill, and Saya player continues to creep up, and Nats is ready. Take him down.
Nuts babi lah nih.
A side
Pinter banget tuh
broken
dia
open.
jadi
A
sentinel.
5v3 here for Team Liquid with massive advantage.
Playing against the OG Rat, you can't just stick your nose out like that with the long barrel of the operator. And you have sure Excurate here for double
Attack.
insurance, but how much value does that get? Because the site is broken open, like you said. Free plant here waiting for Team Liquid.
I mean, you can see the positions that they're taking at the moment. It seems like already Team 1 just kind of contented and
Spike planted.
accepting to go for a save.
Izu might be looking to try to recover the operator if
Kedengaran
possible,
nih sama
but you have
si
to
Per.
know that Nats is going to be protecting that. So the double team here with
Aduh.
Excurate finds him.
Oh, nice bang. Aduh, lo tapi
Get Nats.
saving nggak? Oke.
Kill going to be found. No flawless available.
Saving
Enzo
atau jalan?
considering the drop play, but Izu now going to be pushing forward. Starting to really try to play for this
Suratnya
one.
nyari top exit frag.
World away. Push forward. Keiko's playing in a tiny little toxic screen pocket.
Saving.
Swings out, finds one. And yeah, for now, they will just have to sit back, allow for the spike to go off, and give Team Liquid a little bit of a way back into this game. So round 17 is going to be theirs. And once again, they'll be 3 away from tying us up.
Yeah, so Izu had that gate crash prepared
TP
for a
bang.
potential
Yo,
exit.
TP, yo, TP.
Goes in, I think maybe just trying to ruin some of the economy on the side of Team Liquid as well, keep them at bay. But at the end of the day, the operator will be recovered. That was the big mission there for T1 after the plant goes down.
T1.
They can hand it back over to Saya player. And Izu, you gotta imagine that he made that sacrificial play because he's got that dimensional drift, right? He can use that with a short-range weapon, try to open things up on the retake, which does mean that he can't do much initially. No command online as well for Team Liquid, and this should signify that it could very well be a rush.
Baru TP.
Just one off that Hunter's Fury for Carpe. He's not going to try to play forward into A main to grab the orb. Instead, it is just going to be this full push coming through. Excurate waiting to see if he can spot ahead. There's the fake, there's the TP
nice.
forward. He will be able to get rid of Keiko.
Oh, kolok B. Dapat satu lagi.
Swings
Ah,
out,
nggak
tries
nice.
to find Yampi a little bit
Patah
there.
lompat,
Actually, no,
santuy,
shots
santuy.
go wide.
Spike planted.
Find much there. So it's just going to be that 1-for-1. Zeus swinging around the back. The cam, however, watches for
apa
this
itu?
Saya player trying to draw his attention.
Aduh, kelihatan dong.
Now is spotted.
Sit.
Window fast enough though.
Does have dimensional drift, but can't find an opening for it.
Bab.
Taking down the
Manusia
man
setengah siper.
Still held here.
Ya,
Team
nggak kena
Liquid now.
kunainya.
Found an upon, side player gets dropped. It's all on Rossi.
Bung Rossi.
Two more
Winnable nggak
players
sih?
to try to find as he's stuck here at backside.
Itu kelihatan nggak?
Just
Nggak ya?
making noise. Looks like in the end we'll have to
Kayak
just make
kelihatan
the
ya si
pull
Per.
back away. To save his own life, operator cannot be recovered. Team Liquid getting a one step closer to tying this up.
Getting very close, right? The credit's still a little bit hodgepodge here on the side of T1. And as you
Oh, yeah,
mentioned,
the operator.
he does pick up the operator, so that's the good news.
This was dropped further back than I thought.
Still has that. Now, Excurate, he gets the first kill, so it looks like there's hope. But quite frankly, there was no way your teammates are going to be able to fill the site with you, right? The null command is still going off. So he really just kind of chooses to say, let me just whittle down the numbers where I can. Sure, makes it a 4v4, but at the end of the day, you have to give him all that space.
Well, an operator.
Beli OP sendiri lagi.
Cannons.
Udah dapat satu dong.
T1 have to work with in this round.
Pecahin recon.
The head, it's all the same.
Yeah, all
Yo.
are available, but side player won't get to shoot anything. He is just going to be taken down. Zenza spams through,
Hey.
finds him. Execute.
Mas berat sabar.
This was his plan all along. Was just let side player die so that he could get the operator.
Ah, the classic ranked experience. Surely not. But hey, this is something to note, though, is that T1, they've got several players good with the operator, so you can always rely on that to try to just trade off, still try to push forward. In future rounds, not this one.
Mati.
DL, though, still showing a strong amount of respect here. Jonah Mid not going to be spotting anything. I'm not just bum rushing the site, still taking their time.
Where is everyone?
I mean, Team Liquid,
hiding?
That'll do it.
yeah, they will always play slow with this composition. They don't have an explosive entry. They're going to want as much
langsung
information as
rotate dong.
possible. The biggest
B-nya udah masuk.
advantage they have is the works from Nats and Keiko with the Yoru and the Cypher. And they're always just going to
dengar
wait,
sih.
and that's
Kebil,
making
Bil.
T1 antsy, because they're the ones
Ras
with the
B,
double
Ras B.
duelists, right? They only got the ones.
Dapat satu. Ah,
Oh, Izu
Ente
trying
Bang
to get the
Ijo.
line up there on the headshot, but missed it.
itu Bang Ijo.
Just catch him a little bit faster.
30 seconds left.
Oh, nice.
Watching main. Gets the catch
Oh,
on one. Keiko.
Belum siap ya.
Will take the
Kayak
ball,
expect
swings
Izunya
back
apa?
across.
Kaikonya udah masuk.
Now it is just on Rossi.
Oh,
and
nice.
Harvey. Rossi does find one. Nat's going to be taken down. Spike not planted quite just yet. 15 seconds remaining in
Yeah.
the round. The creep up through tunnel. Mystic gets a
Aduh.
very easy kill.
Mystic
Follows
tinggal di
up the
atas
third in the
itu lagi.
round.
Keren judulnya.
Team Liquid continue
Gak apa-apa.
on their merry way, running this one back.
Mengeco.
One more, and we're tied up at 10 to 10. Given the pacing.
Kita lagi push
The
rank
lack of response here from T1.
ke Mythic.
It seems all the more
Immortal,
likely to
Icha.
happen.
This is a round T1 needs to make it happen, right? They got their buys back,
Set,
they've got their
set.
ultimates. If they can't make it happen here, it's
Ser.
all but over. I mean, sure, it gets that much closer as well, but if you can't figure it out with your full arsenal, how else are you going to find an answer against this assignment that you just cannot crack?
Saya kalau
Now,
langsung nonton nih.
T1 playing a bit more passive. They're understanding the slower tempo
Judulnya.
of Team Liquid, only sending
Terlalu rame
Isu out
soalnya
to
nanti.
gate crash further
Tanya,
back, so I
coy.
like that.
They have this combo though. Get Izu in a position.
Aduh,
It's a
anjir.
dimensional drift. Carpet with a Hunter's Fury. To try to snipe somebody off the rip. Drone checking around.
Sampai kayak ketanggol.
Spot much of anything here. Side player just pulls back.
Mbak.
Now the A main control coming out from Obscured is big. It allows everyone to rotate to focus down onto mid from Nest.
No margins here. Shots go flying. Nats pulling back. Takes a bit of damage there on the exit, but will be able to retreat
Cepat
out to
banget ya
safety.
backupnya, ketek langsung
Obscured's cascade
keluarin.
gets spotted by Keiko though, so
Racun
Team
sniper. Oke,
Liquid,
udah
they're
di-push.
quite aware of this aggression.
Oke, dapat.
Follow up 0 point.
Taunya.
Obscured.
Aduh.
That's the flash. Falls for the bait. Tries to send up the wall. Gives himself a bit of cover.
Oh, nice.
Starts swinging
Oh.
through. And he's going to be
Wah,
good
pintar
for
banget cok
two.
wallnya.
Now looking for the third.
Wallnya pintar cok.
Spike down.
Anjir.
Sends the cope.
Pas
Flash
jadi
comes in,
for
keeps him
second.
protected for the time being.
Oh.
He manages to find
Anjir.
the third. Nats
Nice,
will
nice.
put him down, but
Wah,
so much
GG
work
anjir.
30 seconds
done there
left.
by Excurid.
Isu.
And it's rounds like that you
Kok
watch and
tolong.
you just can't blame him for being
Bang,
hyper
kelihatan
aggressive on this push out. Just holding Cave alone was already such good
Santuy
information.
4 lawan 2
But
santai
if he's
coy.
able to do setups like that,
Santai,
what a
santai,
high
coy.
tide to block out the flash.
He's sprinting forward, knowing that the time is.
Anjir,
going.
mau popin
Carpe able
swing.
to find the headshot. The
10
spike
seconds
is here in the
Pas
hands of
double door.
Nats. There's just no way
Mau
in
di
hell.
popping swing
He has
gitu.
to let the round end. He has to hold on to the weapon, it would seem, or at least play to try to deal some damage to these players on T1. He finds the shot onto Carpe. The time expires.
Nice.
Science player will finish him off, and T1 will break the win streak here from Liquid,
You know,
and now are one round away from
You know.
taking us to map point.
I mean, Obscure breaks into the scene, and the only thing really behind his name
Si
is, of
pintar
course,
cok
his
wallnya
past
kayak
career in
dikasih
other
celah
games.
bakal di
But then his
flash
younger
terus
brother, and a
dapat
lot of people
2
thought, is that
anjir.
really going to be good enough
Tiga.
to get him ingrained
Pasti
here
dapat
into
4 tuh. Wah,
Valorant?
ada
And he
keren
just
banget
says,
cok.
I've got the basics down.
Iya.
The movement, the setups. It's so perfect. You can't help but think this is the next star in the making.
Surururut.
So far, it's shining pretty bright. Crucially for T1, I should say. They're able to win that round and don't have to commit ultimates into
Oh,
this
nice.
one. Extra again,
Oke, nggak ada
playing
sentinel.
aggressive.
Tinggal di
Catches
rush.
Nats, re-swinging back in.
Semua lari ke itu.
Double push up into mid. Spike in the
Ooh.
hands of Yampi, now on the floor.
down mid.
Damage across as well as
Nice.
Keiko. It's going to be
One
sniped out of the
enemy
air. The Hunter's Fury connects, and so
Anjir,
too
udah.
does Excurid's
Yuk,
headshot.
satu sama.
A flawless round from
T1.
T1. Low
Sama,
patch
lihat
on a few of the
dulu,
members here
lihat
from Team Liquid. And this could be us going all the way to a map 3.
Never expect the fast push out from the harbor like that. Catches a tripwire. That sets him quite prepared for the potential peek back out. And big for me was Izu covering the back of Carpe, right? They try to pretend that they're emptying a site. Carpe has to focus his 100 Fury on mid, and Izu says, I've got your back just in case there's another lurk. Once again, they're keeping in mind that Team Liquid has been playing slow. Even if they take mid control, they're not just going to rush in. They will always try to see where the other remaining members are.
Oh, no. Emil trying to rally them back. Need 3 consecutive rounds to take us into yet another overtime.
Yeah, and the trouble here, I think probably even for Coach Emil is, I mean, in my head, one of your best answers is to just rush into a site, right? Have your set plays ready, fire it off on the get-go, because that way you'll 100% have the numbers advantage, keep Nats somewhere around mid or at least a spy cam, and then you can go for a long lurk around in the post plant. The problem being, with your composition, you're probably better suited to do that onto the B side, and they haven't found much success with it in the past. T1's always been prepared. Once again, seems like that's the read from T1, that's going to be the best chance for Team Liquid. So Liquid tries to throw a curveball this time, shifting their weight to A.
Curious to see if this is just going to be a really hefty investment play to try to get this orb, because if they can grab that, Keiko can get Dimensional Drift, or Mystic can get that Viper's Pit. There's the push up again, though. That's this time fully anticipating it. Make sure he gets that kill. And he also had backup to ensure a trade. Dimensional Drift comes through. Saya player was ignoring that one, clears out, overthrown the swing. He repeats and goes right into Yappy's crosshair. Fortunate kill they found. As we go down into a 4v4, Carpe stuck. Nade doing a decent amount of damage, but Izu will be able to take down the counterpart. Yoru now pit invested. Mystic trying to escort them forward. Keep things covered. Izu sprinting in. He doesn't see him.
Nice.
But they saw the reckoning.
Oh, the shots coming in from behind. Snake bite thrown down. Mystic gets the kill. Rossi finds Enzo, but Izu comes down to Dimensional Drift. Takes down the enemy Viper, and now it is all on Yappy.
Wah, gue di expect anjir. Pas lagi. Anjir. Nice. GG, sama-sama. Let's go. Apa action ya?
13-9, and that means that we are going the distance. Map 3 is coming up.
Itu
Team Liquid, they started to claw back in the second half, but once T1 realized that if they just don't meet Team Liquid on their terms, their composition had a bit of an advantage. They got the double controllers. You still had Yoru for a little bit of extra info play, a little bit of extra lurk play. Team T1, they stabilized, and to me, a big part of it was Rossi. I mean, so many impact kills, so many impact lurks in the first half, giving them that hefty lead of 8-4.
Well. Set on the horizon to see who is going to be
defensi. Kayaknya nggak nonton dong, mager anjir.
Is going to have to play later today in our third matchup.
We are getting just the full look onto these teams, right? Some of these newer maps, the changes, some wonky comps coming out, trying to build their own meta, and then they have to duel it out on Ascent as traditional as it gets.
Yeah, I mean, a traditional map typically, but do we see something different from either side? They have been running some atypical things. I mean, hell, we just had a Yoru v Yoru, double duels on the one side. So maybe there will be something a bit different up the sleeves here of these players. My eyes, again, are just going over to Excurate to see what he is going to be playing. Because this is also another one of those maps where you could run the Harbor, you could kind of take that lead out of Paper Rex's book. But given the prevalence for Killjoy, I'm curious to see if something like that is going to have to come through.
Yeah, the Killjoy Sentinel is just so strong on that map. So many different ways you can use that utility. But I love that you brought up the Harbor. I mean, Excurate continuing to flex on to more agents than anyone would have expected for this being his first, Tier 1 tournament here in the off-season alongside T1. Showed us the Brimstone, showed us the Chamber, now an amazing Harbor, topping the board in terms of ACS, only 1 kill behind Rossi with 21, and some really just dominating push-outs, right? The fact that he has this confidence playing against some of these players that have been around for much longer here in the Valorant scene, but knowing that when it comes to just FPS, he's been around for some of the longest, and he has faith that he can provide that space for the team.
Very hard fought. Looked like the run back from Team Liquid was going to be very possible for a while there. In the end,
Wild.
that map 3 is
Map 3
inevitable.
Asian.
T1 will extend this all the
Let's
way
go
over to
Asian.
Ascent. I think the one thing that's just an absolute guarantee is going to be Keiko versus Saya, Jet v Jet. Those op battles coming through. It's just the Ascent Classic, and I, for one, am very much looking forward to it.
Look at the 5 first kills from Obscura. Surely all from the second half, the way he was pushing out and just dominating
Obscura
either A
MVP.
caves or B main. Absolute
Dia nggak
menace
pernah
against
buat
the slow
spek ini.
tempo of Team Liquid.
Iya.
Just the firm handshakes there between two of the duelist players, I should say, down to the bottom of the 14-18 score lines between Saya and Keiko. Those are the guys that we're going to have our eyes trained on going into that next map. But, I mean, another question is, you know, for Nats, the Killjoy, it is so huge on Ascent, but does he decide to go back over to that one? Does he run the Cypher? You know, you have your choice. Curious to see which one he makes, but
Berapa nih
that's
jeda
what
waktu
we'll find
jeda
out after the break. We're going to go ahead
berapa?
and step away for a couple of minutes, and then we'll come back and see who is taking this first series here of the day, Team Liquid or Team 1. Don't go anywhere.
Playoff menemani paper race. Siapa tuh? Coming up. Jeda waktu berapa, Cok? Jangan lama-lama lah.
Obscura all alone on the pyramid.
High tide, fall forward. Pushing them up now. Hunter's Fury coming through, just scouting for him.
Yep, I like it.
Then again, definitely overstepped. Finds one.
This is a lot of time bond.
Gets himself a second kill, trying to do so. Cyber Cage in, another snake bite down. One piece out here in mid. Rossi now swinging in, puts some damage down. For T1.
Time just comes up, but he doesn't have time to use it.
The time. Yeah, spotting out Ross. The bite coming down. He actually gets ball. He's gonna try to send out a dart. Is he low enough? The answer is yes.
Yeah, with that though, they know that they've given up big.
Water behind the box. Oh. Okay. Swings it, finds it, but executing, watching main. Gets the catch on the one. Oh, that's the flash. Falls to the main, tries to send up the wall. Cover.
Turun aja.
He's gonna be good for two. Now looking for the third. Spike down, sends the cove. The flash comes in and keeps it protected for the time being. He manages to find
Ya, itu pakai nunduk lagi kalau nggak dapat 4 nih. Vector mulu apa ya?
나를 부르는 수많은 단어들.
Ada purun sudah ada.
불사대마 데빌력.
하지만 나를 가장 기쁘게 하는 건
상혁이야.
팬들과 소통할 때 나는 살아있음을 느낀다.
혹시 나랑 1대1 가능? 피지컬은 나쁘지 않는데 운영이 좀 아쉽네.
선수들과 직접 소통할 수 있는 개인 방송과 구독자 Q&A까지 아프리카 TV 팀 페이지.
Afrika tim page.
Can feel my heart skip every time that I slip. I wanna run away.
Ya enak banget musiknya. Dah.
Mỗi sản phẩm của VTV xem miễn phí và bình luận trực tiếp trên online nền tảng livestream các giải đấu thể thao điện tử.
Vietnam ya.
Cháy từng
Sao
khoảnh khắc
Vietnam?
cùng với các streamer.
Ceret.
Xem livestream vui hơn, tranh luận kịch tính hơn, thách đố sinh quá khủng. Online, nền tảng livestream tương tác bản quyền. Xem ngay tại online.vn hoặc tại ứng dụng trên App Store và Google Play.
kacamata Izu yang belah tengah teks pulpen. Leng. 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 Enam menit. Sabar lah, nonton valo dulu. Lagi satu match nih. Agak sorean kita mau Mobile Legend. Tunggu ya. Oh ngantuk juga cok kemarin. Pak menit 4 menit. Epic 3 bintang 0. Coba kamu sabar chat Nanda coba ya. Nanda ada chat. Atau dia bisa jokin sekarang. Aku biasa ntar sore. Jam 6 jam 7 gitu. Jangan sekarang lah, follow dulu. Nanda. Kan kamu ada di Discord tuh. Coba kamu cari di Joy Universe namanya Nanda doang tuh. Coba kamu chat dia. Itu yang pakai Deadly kemarin itu, Deadly One. Dia kan biasa pakai link. Terus kamu punya skin link kan? Coba deh tuh. Atau dia mau. Kalau di PC sulit pakai link anjir. Gimana caranya? Itu 3 menit, 3 menit. That's one apart. Share. It is time to use. piu 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 piu. Yang ini nih. Dua menit lagi, let's go. Let's go. Satu menit. Ngomong lagi nih. Anjay. Ini kena copyright nggak sih nih lagu?
Here we go. Map
Here
3
we
in our
go.
opening
Map.
series of the day.
Let's
T1
go, let's
fighting back
go.
on their selection of Breeze, and they get the win 13-9, taking us now into Ascent to settle it all.
And there's the
Termasuk
leader of
summit juga
T1
nih.
at the helm. Unexpected, but definitely bearing the burden as he allows his teammates to shine on that Breeze. Rossi and Excura topping the board, helping carry the team to victory. Now we go to Ascent. We have some speculations about
Chamber
what
nggak
these might
sih?
be.
Kok
Could be traditional, but both of these teams clearly keen on
Chamber,
experimenting just a little bit.
jejeng.
We take a look. Team
Oh,
Liquid will go for the
Ciper.
standard composition.
Natnya nggak pakai
Killjoy, but
Ciper.
T1
Yeah,
Tumben banget nih.
Okay.
pakai
just a little
Ciper.
bit. This is a pretty big departure. So, I mean, Sky
Okay.
versus KO, fairly interchangeable when it comes down to playing on Ascent.
Rossi tetap
But
pakai
the Viper
double
Omen,
smoker.
double controller composition coming through
Enggak
from T1
sofa
with
ya?
Excurate going for the Cypher
Oke.
over the Killjoy.
Yeah,
Beda nih, ini
the Viper
beda,
plus
ini
the Omen
beda.
is what really
Double
piques my
Initiator
interest.
sama
Obviously, you know, you
double
put Viper
smoke.
and you can really pair her with any
Nggak tahu
controller.
nih Bang
But
Anis nih.
oftentimes you're really thinking
Kayaknya
about the Viper Harbor just to cut things up even further.
mungkin
Now the
nih
Omen still allows you to have control of
kupanya
things like
Popol
maybe
udah
those
berubah nih jadi
one-ways, you
jet
still
nih
have the
Bang.
paranoia to be able to
Oh,
push out,
split.
help with a little bit more dueling power when you want to send Saya into entry or the retake. But curious to see how this works. You
Ini
gotta
kita
include also
mengakali,
cyber cases as
mengakali.
well. I mean, there is a
Biar
lot
bisa
of
gas
delayed
lagi.
power here on the side of T1.
No, there absolutely are. I mean, also, you know, fairly laid out and projected entry paths when it comes down to jets as well when it comes to these sites.
Cil
So
pakai Cyper cok.
these
Bisa nggak ya
trapwire
kayak
setups here
Korsetan
from
dia?
Excure, it's going to be
Nggak
very
pernah lihat
important
nih dia
to
pakai
just
Cyper.
intercepting
Iya.
Keiko and make him constantly thinking on his feet as far as like how he can get into B, how he can get into mid,
Tapi
etc.
jeleknya di
We'll
Cyper
see how
nih
they
ada
fare though
KO.
with this differentiation here on Ascent. Map 3 in
Ya,
our
bisa yuk,
first
bisa yuk,
series.
tiwa,
See who is going
tiwa.
straight into the playoffs and who has to play later today, Liquid or T1.
Woi, siapa neriak tuh?
Here's some cheers on both
Yang teriak.
sides. Lots of energy over on the Team Liquid side as well. But during the break, I see Rossi just relaxing, interacting with fans from the stage, giving hearts back and forth. I mean, he is bringing up some good vibes for T1 and for the Korean fans as well.
It's not a bad way to kick off your career with a new organization, moving halfway across the world.
Really good start. Keiko does have that Sheriff, as we often see Jets do on defense here on Ascent.
T1 attack pertama.
Keiko sending a shot towards Rossi. It's now 5 for 5 as far as playing Viper in this tournament. Swing onto the corner. Spot
Satu lagi.
Keiko, and they're ready for somebody to be short here.
Wah.
Mystic managing
Yeah,
to find
spike
Sidefire.
drop.
Carpe taken down. Nice crossfire set up here as the bite comes through, try to shove them back. Spike needing to be recovered. Here's the dash. Still makes his exit back out. That's continuing to fly here. Still lurk forward. Execute trying to clear a path up through mid. So far has not been met with.
Oke, santuy. Execute dapat mid.
Zoo will find
Aduh, timing. Ha, mama.
back spots Enzo. Taking him down. Now they know that he's far forward. The two members here on A site though. Tagged up just a bit.
Now, Execute still has some options here, right? He's still got them pinned down. Paranoia just to help clear sight, but Team Liquid, they're quite fast coming up through mid.
Hall 2 hall.
Through, gonna be on that flank over by Tree.
Mendapat info ya.
Buy some time, especially
Ini
on
kuncinya di babang kokok nih.
wanting to
Trinya masuk anjir.
off
30
Kevin,
seconds
spam
left.
shots.
Lompat 1, 2, 3. Nice, dapat 1. Threat, nice. Nice, 2, 3. Dapat execute. Aduh.
To do a lot more work here for the team. Frenzy in hand. Rossi finding one to take into the body spray. Rossi with another 3K. Gets T1 their 4th pistol win of the series.
So many fans had question marks above their
Nice
heads.
pistol,
I mean,
bro.
myself
Nice
included,
pistol, bro.
when we saw the
Did
announcement
you?
for Rossi to come on to T1. And it had nothing to do against Rossi as a player, but it was just a question of, why do you need more? But now you see what he's capable of doing for this team. And he is fitting right in, securing that spot on the roster.
Yeah, I mean,
Untung Patrosi dapat
casters,
headshot.
pundits, podcasters alike, everyone had question marks surrounding
Kok
this
bisa ya
signing, but
pakai
damn if he hasn't been earning a
apa
spot
namanya?
already right here in this tournament.
apa itu? Frenzy kayak gitu. Oh, oke dapat 1. Low, kill dulu santuy.
Right over at Arches.
My camera is
Heals from Carpe will bring him right back up towards full. As Secure wanting to push his way in the turret.
Oh, dapat timing.
Not in a position to spot him out from here.
Dapat timing,
That's
guys.
such good usage with that toxic screen as well, and Nats has to respect it.
Dapat timing.
Doesn't want
Siap.
to get overly greedy, especially when you're just on that pistol.
Now, after the initial kill, everything slowing down, grinding to a bit of a halt. Smoke comes in, some shots flying. As Carpe is going to be scouting things out. The turret gets recalled.
Kira udah pergi nih.
This is going to make Execure think that they emptied the site. He's got to be very careful about his
Yo,
timing on
bang
the B
spread.
side.
He's still taking his
Dapatin
time here.
killjoy
He's just sat
doang.
waiting until he hears
Ya,
something, but Nats
inti.
will be able to take him down.
Cacat becok nih Nats. Ah, nunggu lama banget nih.
Falls. Get a little bit of damage across on the door, but still going to be standing there.
Aduh, kedengeran nggak tuh TP di situ?
Going up on top of the box. The old 10 strategy.
Top the box.
Sometimes it works. We'll have to see. They might have heard it just in range.
Smoke dissipating. Turret need to be cleared. First shot coming through. Trying to
Hey,
nail him down here
bang.
with this Marshall. And he's
Buset.
still somehow alive. Saya not quite
Nice.
going to be able to find the ace. Would have been our 4th one of the series.
2-0.
We'll find a couple kills here. So decent damage dealt from the side of Team Liquid, but the anti-eco still goes to T1.
You know, they'll be able to carry over those rifles, and
Round 3 up.
Saya player just never stops.
Langsung ngopi
Blazing with the
anjir.
operator.
Cih, langsung
Take a
ngopi.
look back at this one though.
Tuh, nanding cok.
Aim punch, able to adjust back down and finish him off through the wall.
That's just good awareness from Nats. He knows how the lurks like to play. Obviously, one of the OG lurkers here in Valorant. Calls that turret first to see if there's a reaction. Eventually, he gets what he wanted from Execure.
Jump across. Keiko just situated there on short. Watching to see if anyone's going to be pushing over towards Arches. Saya, he will just be playing contact here. Swinging forward and tries to
Nice.
some shots in, but Carpe swift to sweep through. He's managed to get that punish. First kill going their way.
Wih,
Been
Not
spotted.
being
bang.
caught, Mystic not being found, but then
nice.
Carpe eventually
Box.
susses it out,
Akhir,
spots him, takes him down. Yampi trying to
Ah.
anti-flash,
Eh.
that's mowing them down!
Oh.
Finds 3 and strands the spike.
Oh, Nah, timingnya
Spike
agak
stuck in
susah.
a real bad spot.
Santuy, chill, bisa win gue.
His teammates have
Dapat.
his back.
Rossi maybe made a little bit of noise, but as he swings out, yeah, Yappy's gonna be able to take
Nggak
him out.
kena
Does he find
belanya.
the ace? Izu
Wah,
down
XP
so
banget
very
tuh.
low. Top gen.
I mean,
Four
Saving
health.
lah.
Team
Ah,
Liquid
saving
want
buat Dilan
Yappy to
nih,
get this
anjir.
ace. That way his no command comes online.
Mati sih.
Looks like Izu's gonna swing in for the fourth one of this match. Yappy
Hari
will find
dapat
an
ace.
ace. And that is gonna be
Jampi.
TL getting themselves on the board.
4 aces in this best of 3. Absolute insanity.
Chill,
So much star
bonus
power
round
on
itu
these two
chill.
rosters. And we're also just starting to see a lot of
Good job.
value, potential value from
I
Sky
expect-
Heal, right? I mean, they're able to constantly try to vie for these angles where you might shoot each other through the wall, and you can go for the recovery. Of course, this time Yampy's still there for good
Damn,
cover,
damn,
gets
damn.
the spray down.
Get the op.
Frantically
Santai,
yelling to get
chill.
the operator,
Chill.
which they have. Now goes into the hands of Keiko, and off T1 pretty much kicked back here onto pistols. Just Rossi with a Phantom in hand. Up the top. See if they can spot anything once the smoke dissipates there at A. Everybody else though.
Wow.
Left in main, but great awareness. Maybe they spotted him or something, but either way,
Wow.
extra
Ooh.
taken down.
Ooh,
Yappy now
absen.
turns his sight back
Ooh.
over. On Dave!
Aduh,
And he
hampir
nearly gets the
aci,
back-to-back
anjay.
aces. This man is trying to be like Kong Kong. Rossi though, left standing, the jiggle peek coming through. The shot not going to connect, but Rossi is
Aduh,
still
dia swingnya
going to get taken
kegedean nih.
down.
Kok
Finds
tipis
3
bisa tuh
kills for
nahan
his
anjir.
troubles. The Liquid will find 2 rounds to tie it.
The adjustments coming in from Yampy,
Nice,
just
nice,
as if there's
nice.
a magnet following everyone with the Phantom, readjusting his spray, just going in bursts. The best player to hold the site. And he has these games.
Terabsen
We've
gitu.
seen it throughout the years. Almost a back-to-back ace. Now the pop flash, unfortunately, not going deep enough to cover all the way through tree. Something that T1 will have to keep a note
King
of.
ups.
Well, Operator going to be back in play on the attacking side. So they go post it up here.
Attack nggak tuh? Attack sih harus.
I mean, they draw out that early cyber cage. That's good news for Team Liquid. One less to worry about. They even should be able to spot that spy cam here soon enough. They heard it being installed, but I assume the toxic screen was up, so finally gets rid of it. And Team Liquid is putting a lot of pressure out of B main. Excurit has to make a different move here.
Looking spotted off the drone. Enzo suspicious about A main, sends a shock dart that way.
Smoke
but no
mid.
one will receive it.
Oh, nice.
And Keiko,
Oh,
a
nice,
rare
nice.
miss. Taken down the insta tap there from Excurit. Now the reveal. Try to push them off position. Enzo though revealed, they can see the silhouette. They know
Nice.
that there is an Odin in hand. Takes high player down to 55, but Carpe will have the heals and they get the kill.
Sabar,
Now
masih
the site gets opened
ada
up. Patient coming through, Nats trying to arrive
Tujuh.
on Heaven.
Untung
Spam
gelas
out
di
of Mystic
smoke.
though, he's full blind.
Evan,
Ends up falling.
Babang, saya
narrowly
player.
gets away as the counter spam
Oi.
comes in. Nats quick adjustment, aims
Shit.
down, finds Izu. Now
chill,
backs
chill,
away.
chill, chill.
I mean, Nats is low, but so is a lot of T1. Can't count them out just yet, especially with this Odin.
Swapping it back over.
Apa Jampi apaan cuk? Berapa kali anjir dia?
It's a high value
Ambil smoke
target.
mulu.
Follow up flash, gets the blind. Side player has to back off the angle. Through into the corner, Yampy tries to push for it. Carpe
Chill,
able to
chill.
find it before falling. Nats 22 HP. Shorty in hand,
Oh, nice.
swings
Wah,
out.
aneh
Side
banget cuk,
player
Jampi
gets the
dapat
chest
mulu
shot.
terus mah.
T1 retake a lead.
Gak jelas anjir.
You know, you question the attacking operator on a lot of maps, on a lot of teams, but you look at the way T1 wants to play this right now with the double controller. They just want to take it slow. Of course, it helps immensely that Excurit's able to
Careful, Odin,
identify
careful, Odin.
not just the location, but the weapons their opponents are holding there. Allows them to prep for that potential Odin spam
Tuh,
on tree.
apa ya anjir?
Yampy just goods heads up, sees the poison
kali
cloud
cuk
come up,
menang
doesn't want to risk
dapat
it.
throw smoke.
Great readjustment from Sai on that op shot to take out Enzo.
Here.
Seeker's now online. Pit's still there. So once more,
Yo,
going for the op. Spray through, just trying to fish for some damage. Side player. He's wanting to peek this, but
No! The bait!
yeah, I think he actually got headshot aim punched through the wall, then still
Hmm.
commits and it's taken down. Very nicely done here from Team Liquid. Find that first blood of the round. Carpe with the Trailblazer, not going to be able to find too much.
What?
Keiko Readjusts.
What
Going
ya?
on mid.
Kapsen gitu.
Rossi falls.
Yeah, a bit of a risk-reward play there from Rossi to try to peek through before their own smoke blooms out. Apply some extra pressure. He will get caught out. Keiko finally finding his groove with that operator.
Heard the window break.
Oh, tawan di
So
triple
Pin
box.
gets spotted.
Revealing
Dart at the
Triple
ready.
box, triple
Goes in. Quick clear comes through.
Satu
Flash
MN.
Box and X-Grip picking up that operator. Not able to
Dia
find the
dapat
shot
OP dari
mid.
mana?
Swing around the
Oh,
back.
dari
Jen.
siapa ya?
Carpe taken down. Izu now trying to
Nice.
find it. The readjust from Enzo.
Satu
Not
masih di
fast
MN.
enough. Does end up falling. But it's a 2v4. As the plant
30
comes in.
seconds left.
Pakai jet sih.
Mystic not gonna do
Aduh,
much
babang
good
X-Grip.
from this distance
Ya
until this happens.
ampun,
Yeah,
tidak
X-Grip
expect.
comes backpedaling straight in.
Sentry.
They just had no idea, and they had no reason to suspect. I mean, so much noise from the other parts of the map.
Aduh, timing biar.
Will be able to close it out.
Aku
Optional carried forward. Liquid
sudah
getting the round.
bang
3
pas
to
aku
3.
noleh baru
Seems
dia
like
pick
maybe
babi namanya.
another inseparable map
Oh.
on our hands here.
And I
Baik
love
banget
the
ya.
fact that they invested into both the operator and the Odin on this round,
Gak sama yo.
which meant
Aduh.
that Yampi was stuck with the sheriff, but
Biar
they had
singkat
that
begini
plan
nih.
in mind. Draw the opposing team out with the Odin and have the operator for that bait and switch. Keiko even getting a second kill for his troubles there. Catching, of course, the
Maybe
opponent
under.
jet. That slows things down a
Nice.
lot. Now, for T1's sake, even if they lose that jet, it doesn't really change too much of how they want to play the map overall. It does slow down the eventual execute a bit, but they'll still want to take things piece by piece anyway with the double controllers.
Smoke.
Well, the pain could very well
Ailing.
continue here. Just that one hero rifle in from Saya player.
Right.
You look at the ultimates on the side of Liquid. That
One way,
lockdown absolutely could come into play.
And look at the setup from Team Liquid as well. They know it's a weaker buy from T1, so they use the one-way over on A main. They know that's all they need to try to hold on to that. You still have the operator behind as well. And so much focus on B, even double-checking on mid as that smoke comes out.
Blinded.
Ada orang
Flash over
careful
towards A
wine.
main. Gets a tag, but it doesn't tell them that
Mana?
somebody's
Kalau
going
mid
to
tuh
be
B.
blind. So it's something they will have to remain cautious
So
about.
kok ini dulu ngasih hancurin tuh trap killjoy
Force Keiko back into the site.
in pikiran gue.
Good timing on that smoke as well. The one-way runs
Oh.
out from Team Liquid, so T1, they know they've applied enough pressure to draw attention over to main side.
Smoke.
Trailblazer moving through. Yampi trying to slow things up. Sends out the 0 point.
It's a fake.
Saya goes pushing forward. Fragment now thrown down.
Biar di delay mulu bang.
It's an attempt at a fake, but noise not really
Aduh
being made here.
timing buat
Saya gets himself
Bujet.
across, but every which angle is being watched. That's the dash.
30 seconds
Watches the
left.
flash.
Oke.
Start pushing. He hears the
What that?
footsteps. Now is just going to try to intercept. Just going on
Saya
alert.
player.
to make
Ah!
this jet.
Bang
Classic
PRP,
go
ayo
from
saya
Carpe.
player
Cannot
dapat
find
dong.
the kill. Yampi managing to get it.
Ah saya player
Puts
udah
a lot more
mati.
pressure on Saya, but now
Oh,
he
itu dia.
strikes. Gets in behind Keiko. Puts the operator on the floor.
Masih
Still
ada
in
yang
heaven,
satu.
however.
Oh dia nggak dengar cok.
Is
Waduh.
missing. I'm wondering if he somehow missed Saya. Oh, he's in hell. Sorry, my
Yeah,
bad.
Hell just
Mini-map
sitting
baiting,
in
mate.
hell.
There's one of the
Aduh.
kills. The plant.
Oke ke plan, nggak apa-apa ke plan.
The instant cleanup.
Plan,
Saya
plan.
close by. Needs to try to interrupt this one. Swinging back out. Gets
Nice.
off of it. Gets the headshot, and now he's in with a pinch. Lockdown available and
Anjir.
will be used. The Saya
Dapat satu.
very much
Oh,
having his hand
apa-apa,
forced
apa-apa.
in the end. Will be
Itu.
Nats cleaning up the kill.
Lagi ikut juga
TL.
sih.
Get the defuse.
Apa-apa,
They'll take this
apa-apa.
round and the lead.
I mean, just look at how much these teams have to respect each other, though, after the
Cier.
close brawls on the first two maps. You
Siap.
invest that lockdown. Even though you have the Odin and a 2v1, you just say, don't take any chances. Get the rounds when we can.
Sikit.
And they thought they had a good hold on mid. They even had the spike dropped, but the flank coming in from Saya, that alone suddenly spreads apart Team Liquid, right? Because Yampi was the one thread keeping them together across the map in terms of holding mid control.
Oke. Siap menjampi.
Find themselves with the lead, but granted that was against a very soft buy from the side of T1. We go back in. Operator once more here in the hands of Keiko. So smoke is just going to be
Here.
immediately bloomed on short.
Could be a push out, though.
Quad push.
Si harus commit sih.
So,
Waduh.
sending it out. Yampi dropping down to the mid, instantly finding one. Gets himself a second.
Enemy remaining.
This
Ah,
man is just absolutely on one right now.
terbantah begini. Aduh, Wak Yolo.
Blink of an eye, a slow creep up from T1, but is instantly shut
Coba
down.
fake A dah, fake A.
Liquid now stretch it 5-3.
And we've
Hanya
seen that
ditempurin.
pinch come out so often when the early smoke goes out. I mean, the smoke
Langsung
is
ke B.
telling, and T1, their idea was we think we can creep in through our own poison cloud fast enough that even if they push out, we could
Yeah.
start to push in. I mean, if they didn't lose anyone, they probably would have sprinted right through market knowing that the B site was weaker.
GG banget.
Mystic too.
Yeah, but just the push out with Mystic and Yampi, it's just too fast.
17-6-2.
Nice. Oh,
Holy cow, he's on for another 30, and this isn't even close to overtime yet.
Yeah, I mean, only 8 rounds in. So, over 2 kills per round so far.
So T1 repeating with the same setup on the smoke on nearby tree just to buy some time.
Yo,
Oh, yeah, Cross not going to be finding too much of anything
Bang,
here.
nggak ada senjata, Bang.
Sad
Tolong, Bang.
backstairs.
Saya
Player
tidak ada
flushed
senjata.
up against the wall. Flash does connect.
saya klasik.
Science can't realistically move at all.
Yeah, they just can't get through. while the milk comes
di
out.
absen ini.
A narrow little angle, and Yampi still finds the headshot. Carpe going to be taken down. Just back in around the box, and Enzo
Saya ada kunai.
through will find Izu.
Saya sudah punya kunai.
Rossi picks up 1 kill.
4 lawan 3, winnable.
Grinds to a halt. Spike
Dapat.
still in the hands of Execute.
Nice.
The back has the time to line it up, gets the kill. Mystic
Aduh,
over
witnya.
in mid.
Mid,
Ready for the jump, ready for Saya player to fall into his trap.
Bang.
Away, but no, he's going to shift back over towards market. But if Mystic wide
Saya
swings
tidak
this,
lihat mid.
it could be an absolute
timing.
shooting gallery. Spots one. There's the other. Gets the
the
stick
man.
across, but can't quite find the kill.
Anjir,
That
ding
being
gitu,
said,
Cok.
though, 1 HP on Execute, 31 on Rossi. It's only Saya player at full health, and now Mystic getting himself moved forward here into the smoke. Waiting
Nice.
for the flank. Saya strikes, gets Nash.
Oh my
Dashes
God!
up into Yuppie's chest and just
Aduh, lo
gets the
semua,
right
Cok.
click across.
Nice.
And with the stinger, Rossi will
Anjir.
finish off Mystic.
Wah, semuanya lo
What
anjir.
a round. T1
Wah.
pulling off the thrifty.
Wah,
And
itu
that might be
hoki
enough
banget,
for Hill to
anjir.
pump the brakes. We'll have to
Tolong,
just wait and
GG
see.
anjir, saya hebat.
What a hero Saya player is for T1
Saya
in
punya
that round. I
kunai.
mean, not only is he able to
Santai,
open
saya
up some
punya
breathing room,
kunai.
allow for the rotate to happen, but this move right here gets shot and immediately just
Anjir.
dashes out.
I mean, that's the something play on Pearl.
Yes, that is. I mean, he knows that's the only option he has as well. Nowhere else to go anyway.
No, timeout not going to be found quite just yet here.
Ah, sih.
For now, the lead is still held. Hunter's Fury, though, opened up. Looking for the tag. So far, playing elusively is Carpe. Manages to bounce around wildly enough to not get hit. So Hunter's Fury taken out.
Yeah, Seeker's still alive for Carpe as well. A good read at the beginning of the round here for that potential push
T1
out with the Hunter's
5-4. Ini
Fury.
satu sama nih matchnya Ronnya. Semoga banget menang anjir.
2 players on the other side of this wall. Saya player ready to push. Spawn.
Ketahuan ya,
One
dia
for
ada dia
Rossi
nih.
there in mid.
Yeah, this should let Keiko
Suka
know that there
Keiko nggak
is
dapet dong.
presence here, though.
Aduh,
He's got the headshot. Saya
ngepick
player
nih gitu
taken down.
cok.
Now one half of the attack.
Ah, tidak.
Pushing out into mid, and Yampi and Keiko, they're starting to swing
Duh.
forward. They can get the catch, and they absolutely do.
Pasalnya di smoke dulu kayak baru lari bang. Ayo
Izu
boy.
stuck and noted.
Hari-hari keculik.
Oh, the
Scarrett,
flash.
you have the full flash connecting onto him, and he's got triple
Aduh.
stack here on shore.
Itu
Will
dah.
get the dink onto Mystic, puts him down to 1 HP.
Harap-harap
But he doesn't
cemas.
die, so it's a flawless.
Ayo yoy.
6.
Yeah, we see Mystic go out with the from the shadow spots Rossi. The thing is,
Kan saya player
that's just a
kena
weird
culik
spot
di
for
situ
Rossi
ya.
to be
Pasalnya
in
di
if there's
smoke
no
dulu
other
ya
presence
ini.
on A main, right? Even if he's lurking, to be stuck caught right in the middle of that
Keculik.
catwalk. So that gives a better idea that for Keiko that there might be more presence. He's ready for the peek out from Saya. And this A short, right?
Saya
The
kena
entry
culik.
point in through garden, right by tree. It's been rough for T1. They haven't found an answer on how to deal with the potential pushouts, and another pushout, Team Liquid.
Anjay, jadinya
Mild tiles crunch here coming through.
taktiknya
Start
tim
advancing
secret ya,
forward.
kalau salah.
Rossi
Kan.
down low, the healing already pumping out there from Carpe. Now they're going to be staved off, but Keiko tucked away into the corner. Dog spots him, goes in, does get the daze. He's trying to play elusively,
Ooh.
but as he goes up and over the top
Mahal,
side player,
mahal,
will find the
mahal
shot
banget.
to the back of the head. Does take him down, missing as well. Tag to 42.
Rotate please.
Very
Hanya
passive
3, oke
rush
dapat
there
info.
from Team Liquid actually bites them
Nice.
back. And because they didn't spot enough people, they were confused that it might be an A push. That spread them thin. Once again,
just a double ping, but I mean, everybody's just corralling over towards
Oh,
the
nice,
side. Now
Bang Surat.
somehow Enzo doesn't get the kill.
Oke, nggak ada flash, aman.
Surat taken out. Just here's the footsteps, goes for the spray.
Aneh
Extra
banget, Sok.
But as Mystic will fall.
Jampi berapa kali nih terus smoke, tapi ya kedengeran sih stepnya.
he's just pretending that he's further out in mid.
Now it's revealed.
Aduh, Bang, dapat dong.
Goes off, Nats
Bang Izu.
clearing that left side, shorting
Okay.
out. Tries to clear the right.
Oh,
Cannot
nice.
make it happen. Carpe
Let's
will have the final
go.
shot at Team Ace. As T1
Last
look to
round
make
in
this
the
a
half.
6-6 half.
You did.
All right, Coach Emil just allowing Team Liquid to still try to round out the half. Now, for this round, I think what happens is Team Liquid, they push out the previous one, even though T1 gets the read.
Tuh anjir,
They
kayak
feel
suka
that
banget ya.
every time they
Terus
pushed
smoke.
out, they've gotten just better
Babi.
map control. So they try to commit to another version that they haven't used, a tile crunch, a little bit passive. And that actually bites them back because they just didn't spot enough people after the flash. And now it looks like just a traditional default setup here for Team Liquid.
Standard spray, chalked up the follow-up. Flash in from Carpe to try to continue selling it. This B site is under pressure.
Oke, udah buang
Shadows to
utility.
draw out that fragment. That's a big piece of utility. Drawn out. Can't be delayed that much longer.
Double pick nih.
Clear out wine though.
Izuya langsung lompat. Wah, kelihatan kepala. Maju dong dikit. Majuan dikit, majuan dikit.
About this angle. Now the feet around are going to be seen, and they all end up in Mystic's arms.
Kok nggak di flash
The
dulu
Omen
atau apa
getting
gitu?
two, the Omen getting the rest.
Switching
And
sides.
that
Kok
will be
polos banget bang, nggak di flash bang.
bringing the last round of the half
Bang.
to a very quick halt.
Bang, gimana tuh
I
bang?
mean, listen, mind games aside,
Ya ampun.
the fact that you said
75 namanya
everyone trying to
75.
creep through it one way,
Nggak di flash
I
dulu,
know T1 loves their
langsung
creep
nge-pick.
ups. You know, they like to creep into the site, make no noise, try to catch them off guard after you've had an initial scuffle. But again, not sending anybody out to scout
Ya,
first.
mana nge-shift
all of you
semua lagi.
piling up, that's
Ya
just
nggak semua sih
unfortunate. I
itu,
think what they
Carpe kayak
assumed was
nge-shift.
maybe they're holding for
Langsung
main, then I
spin
would have been
lebar gitu.
spotted earlier. I didn't see a spray, so it should be safe. Yumpy,
Entuy.
one step ahead of him alongside Mystic. They're holding very close.
7 and 5 on the half as we get ready.
75,
to
not bad
change
dah apa
sides. T1,
75.
they
Ini
have
harus
been
menang
dominant
pistol.
when it comes down to these pistol rounds. I mean, remember
Terus
coming into this,
menang sih.
Liquid had
Itu sama.
100% pistol round wins. Granted, that was only on 2 maps they played, but it was looking
Saya
good.
pusing.
Now they've only won
Saya pusing,
single
saya
pistol round.
pusing.
So if T1 continues that consistency, they're right back into this on the defending side of Ascent.
And we'll see if it happens here. I mean, the defense, in a lot of ways, in theory, should be easier for T1 with their composition. You've got the Cypher, you've got the double controllers. Once you get that operator online, if you can get there, much more areas to work with. Really just cut apart one site, have the Cypher on the other, or have the operator peeking out mid, rotate some positions round and round.
Pressure going to be mounting because not only is a win here, that automatic push forward into the playoffs, getting yourself a little bit of a, more time to sit down and digest and get ready for your matchups. It's also avoiding having to play twice in the same day.
Yes, that's the real big one, right? Sure, you still have another chance to try to make it into the playoffs tomorrow, but you have to sit down, you got to rest, and then warm back up for that third
Trapnya
match
di
of the day,
sana.
the decider match.
Oke. Di ghost.
Paranoia off the rim. Team
Des.
Liquid looking to
Oh,
really
Desnya kesana anjir.
They push their way forward here towards the B site. Keiko dipping in towards Market. The rest of the team now. staring over
Oh,
towards
nice
mid.
Bang Rossi.
Rossi and a classic. I don't know what it is.
Dengeran sih harusnya.
Oh, man.
Gets another one. Paranoia, decent value. But as the smoke blooms, doesn't have
Udah
line of
kedetek
sight.
dua orang.
Just get tagged down just a bit. Start making their way across into the site.
Dapat satu.
Up on Heaven is going to be insta-tapped by
Jampi.
Yampi. What a shot from him.
Yeah, the double swing really helping out Team Liquid as well.
Oke bang, dapat saya player, saya GG. Aduh, bagi. 2 lawan 3,
Low
lo semua.
HP
Let's
bars
go.
here on the 3 remaining players from Team Liquid.
If Excure can win this, it's very possible, but Mystic playing these mind games.
So nearby as well. Start now.
Last
Sent,
player
and there's
Wow.
Nats watching from all the way back at main.
Poison orb remaining.
Poison Orb sent.
Poison's off.
Has the classic and doesn't get Mystic.
Apa itu?
The 3 of them stay alive, and Team Liquid will win their 2nd pistol of this series.
And that was some clever mini games going on from the side of Team Luca. A game within the game right there as they try to combat the retake from
Berat sih ini.
Curate. Mystic calls that his smoke is going to dissipate. He sends the right click first to see if anyone's in there, and then they send a team recon. So even if one of them dies, they'll get the ping immediately. Then you're covering from main.
Suara
Layers upon
nice.
layers to make sure they dwindle the numbers down to 1. A really good post plan.
Zion out, Marshall in hand. TP across, Mystic. He's playing a top mid. Saya for now will back away.
Well, the very traditional Marshall from Saya player himself coming out.
Saya
And that's all we can really
player.
hope for. For Team Liquid, as long as they don't go mid, they won't really have to deal with it for the longest time, and they are afraid of a potential push out. You know, a 5-man, 4-man push out. Potentially checking for that Marshall as well. If you're playing against T1, you have to be wary of it.
Going to the top, not going to be finding anything.
Watching here.
Enzo starting to move forward. Is he pulling off the angle? Going to end up 4-man stacking on this A site, leaving only Carpe on B alongside that Cypher cam.
Oh, so Rossi, I think, purposely showing himself to try to pretend that it's just him, right? With an early snake bite, be like, oh, I'm desperate to hold this site. However, I think that, if
Tapi lagi
anything,
enak.
gives the signal to
Timenya
Team Liquid of,
kasih
I don't like how this is feeling.
Phantom.
Let's go the other side.
Are about to get a bit painful here, it would seem, for Carpe.
Wah, Kartu sendirian banget
Hold the
tuh.
line, gets himself tucked in towards both,
Gimana nih
utilizing that
sih?
Viper wall to keep himself protected for the time being. Sends out the pop flash, can go up into the air.
Oh,
Does
nice.
take it
Dapat
low.
satu.
Carpe able to find the kill. One bullet left in that classic, however, can't find much else with it. Sight being taken, extra falling. Saya player with just a Marshall in hand, trying to drag it over.
Apa senjata lu
Finds the
masih?
kill. Izu picking up a
Let's
gun.
go.
Puts
Chill,
the spike
chill.
down on the floor. Enzo, last one standing, needs to go for the play, but he's running out of time. He's on the hunt. He tags him low one.
Oh.
Tries to find a blind knife, but Izu
Anjay.
gets
Mau
the
di
4K.
knifein, cok. Ada
They
Phantom,
win
bang.
it with a thrifty
Aduh,
round.
nggak diambil
It all
Phantomnya, anjir.
starts with Rossi bringing up that
lagi
top
kesenangan
screen,
tuh.
allowing Carby to hide.
Uhuh.
Carby the pop flash. It takes a little while, but he gets that 1 kill, and the flash hits most members. That buys so much time
Jadi.
for the entire team of T1 to ride for backup. Izu with the opposite angle, working off of his teammates. And just plays for time, keeps that distance. Really good eco round from T1.
Orang,
It keeps them in this. Spek are
Carpe
going to be
dapat
carried over
satu
for
nih
the
tadi.
up rifles, but we've seen some silliness from both sides. So
Yeah.
Team Liquid, especially with these Marshalls in hand, one in for Yampi. That absolutely demands respect.
A good check from Carpe will keep T1 a little cautious. They're keeping their distance. They know they have the better weapons. And,
Nice.
Well,
yeah.
finally, delayed reaction, but still get the kill. Carpe stays alive. Unhealable damage, however.
Well, here's that trap wire. They hear it, but they can't clear it. Not from that door. They have to peek out.
TP. Oh, Mystic. Okay. Not too far forward. There's the first one. The swing out.
Oh, nice, bagus kak.
That's
Allah.
all scapegoat will be
Aduh,
overwhelmed.
saya
Now
player
Yampi
dapat nih.
finds Saya player.
Chill,
That's a
chill,
3v3
chill.
with the weapon recovered. Take a
Chill,
full HP,
chill.
Phantom now in hand.
Rossi needs to stay alive. Again, it's just a matter of buying time for backup.
Gets himself into backside. Yampi. He's the one with the spike. He's checking to see if there's a very fast flank coming
Anjay.
through over towards B
Dibikin
lobby.
sound gitu.
Spotted yet. Dash in.
30 seconds left.
Takeout dropping low.
Ooh.
Spray. Rossi just getting the timing. Finds one. You hear the drop down. There's Nats out into the open. Finds him. Now Yampi.
Bantingan anak muda.
Last man alive.
Chill, chill,
It's a
chill.
headshot onto Izu.
I mean, Rossi just needs to hold. They're
Bule,
going to reach
Pak
one for the
Bule.
2v1 as
Mau
well,
Bule.
playing it even safer.
10
It's a
seconds
reload.
Ada
left.
backset, ketahuan udah.
Bullets left. Now swinging around the side, catching him with util in
Anjay.
hand. T1. They'll lose 3
Box,
players
box.
on the road, but they still
Banget,
manage to
anjir.
get to their destination. 8-7.
And Excurate, he continues to play a little aggressive, right? I mean, was there any need for him to push out just because you're the Omen TP? I don't think so. However, he's still good for 1. So if his teammates are able to cover for him and they're
Nice.
communicating it, you know, who are we to say? Oh my gosh, Yampi, 27 kills.
Yep. 27 kills, 15 rounds played, and now he's going to be popping that ultimate right off the rip. Dash in. Kinko does get tagged up. Carpe
Wah,
finds
kelihatan
one shot.
City-nya di push.
Shows himself back over at alley. Goes back over here onto the site. Carpe still in the corner. Shots being
Bang
exchanged.
Carpe menang dong.
Trying to push, wanting to get this
Aduh.
kill. It does so.
Oke, low.
Low on HP,
Kawan lo.
tagged by the camera. Izu wanting to go for the challenge here, but mid
Oh, nice.
being watched. Yampi, however, going to
Oh,
fall.
nice.
Now side player comes in off the flank. Surprises them with the
Di A ya
elimination.
anjir.
3 players left.
Tiba-tiba di A
All
ini.
of them healthy. With the plant here on the A site.
Ayo enable 4 lawan 3.
shadows as well.
Chill,
He's
chill,
low enough, you
chill.
might as well use it to help scout.
Masih ada blind omen.
Coming forward, they're spraying, trying to
Hati-hati
clear
di
off
smoke.
any heaven
Wear
presence.
dong.
He's eluded all of these
Aduh,
shots thus
lubangnya
far.
spuret.
Trying to greet X-Gear, and he will. Already within the cyber cage. Now Rossi
Oh,
spawned.
nice bang
The
saya
headshot
player.
comes in.
Aduh.
Enzo getting the elimination.
remaining.
Izu, the last one standing with 27 HP. Sends out the smoke, but there's just no hope in hell. The time is already gone. Would just love to take some of these weapons away from Team Liquid. Spike close to going off. See if they can get out of there. Will be both of them falling. And nothing carried forward here by
Ada
Team
uang.
Liquid, but they crucially get the round win.
Yeah, but that does damage him,
Nggak
so
ada
he can't
uang.
go for full armor buy. So
Hak-buy kah?
Izu gets a little bit for his troubles there. And unfortunately, a big part of this was Mystic. He saw the cyber cage being thrown, preparing for the retake. He was right in the center of it, and Xcure just has no idea that it could be overlapping that way.
I do the same thing when I die to the spike. Still, the lead established. And yeah, it's not the full armor. It's a couple Guardians here in the hands of TL. But on the opposite side, T1. Sheriff's, Guardian, Stinger, and a Marshall. Which is a little bit surprising, because Saya's still holding on to 3,000, but I guess wants to be able to have an operator going into the next round, so doesn't want to buy down too low.
Gotta be that bank up. 'Cause without that operator, they're not able to spread themselves out a bit more. Take more reach
Mana dapat
control.
shock. Back.
Attempt the Marshall shot, not connecting Keiko, even going for a one-tap attempt.
So they see the Marshall and
Sangat
Team Liquid.
drifty
They're
ya.
just gonna regroup.
Turret
They've
milik
been
gua
pushed out with
pilihan.
util from B
Tak
main as well.
tampak.
Smokes
Tadi
over on
pergi.
the side of A. And with that Marshall being from A short, it seems the call was, okay, let's just draw out more util from B main if we can.
Kamu sini.
We're only seeing the Sky taking action here.
Flash.
Take the gamble that it's the weaker side. No matter what, they're gonna stick together. That was the main goal from the get-go.
Aduh, udah
That one
swing
right there
up.
should let him know.
Dapat
What a
satu nice.
one-tap.
Oh.
What a two-tap! Carpe comes up with 2 quick kills. Sends out the Seekers. TP forward, Mystic gets himself over to Lumber, but now the rotations come through. Izo arriving with them from the shadows.
No
They
time.
fight down,
Oh.
like the flash in Carpe. On the door! Can he get the ace? One more shot! Carpe!
I died. Oh,
The new IGL steps up to the
Anjir.
plate, aces them with
Boy.
a Sheriff.
gigi
What a
banget,
critical
cok.
swing round.
Carpe
Cherry
with the
panjang.
Sheriff on ascent. There's something there.
Wah, gila,
Another iconic moment for the T1
Cox,
squad.
kena
And these
mental
are
gak
the
sih?
moments you want from your leader.
Ter.
These
Sekali lagi,
first two are
teng.
just crisp, but then the Seekers immediately to buy time.
Ceter.
Yampi unfortunately gets caught by his own flash as the screen goes down.
Anjir, gigi banget, bejir.
Then you got teammates hyping you up as
Cox,
they
Cox,
should,
Cox,
because what a valiant hold.
Langsung time out,
All
kena mental
alone,
aja.
no util left.
Absolutely
Nice.
unbelievable. Carpe Doubters, where the hell you at?
Mm.
What a play from him. And yet another ace in this series. Was it
five.
Five aces in this series.
Kena mental ini, iya.
Just goes to show the mechanical
Sayo.
strength of all 10
Let's go,
players
let's go.
on stage for this
Masih
opening
ada
match
lah.
of day 4. But
Anjir, gigi banget
man, you
anjir.
gotta imagine this last one had some of the biggest impact in terms
Iwan
of all the
Carpe.
aces we had. I mean, brings home that thrifty more or less. And just the 1v5.
That's just disgusting. I mean, I'm sure it's already been
1v5.
clipped and posted, but if not, do it. The world needs to see
They
what
need
just
to see
happened.
it, yeah. We have to silence the Carpe Doubters.
Unreal, but we're still far from over.
Tetap keyword ya, pada
Timeout
OP.
now expiring from Team Liquid. I think it's definitely a good time to take a pause, get a little bit of a reset.
One way dulu masih.
Assess what you do
One
when we
way.
back into this next round, because now Team 1, they are nipping at your heels. One away from tying things up.
Still no operator just yet. Just gonna carry over the weapons they can. Definitely will be able to buy one the next round, though.
Oh, Bang Izu. Sabar, chill Bang Izu. Sabar Bang Izu. Aduh, drone-nya telur emang. Aduh, kelihatan ya. Nice. Kecil sih. Let's go Bang Karpe. Ketahuan nggak sih ini? Last di ini. Oke, kita dapat spike something.
Woods bottom. Nat's hearing the footsteps above him. Continuing to watch in front.
Hey!
Trigger discipline. Not being noted there by Execurate. And he might be able to get two. Pushes in. Will try and find it, but Carpe manages to 180 fast enough.
Wah, ini apa ya, Cok?
I can imagine that was one of those
Wah,
moments where
Carpe lagi panas banget anjir.
right into the bottom of your chest, but gets it done. That was almost a very scary situation there for T1, but now we find ourselves tied up 9-9. Fantastic attempt from Nats.
Yeah, I mean, that trigger discipline could have paid off to be, you know, something that really made us almost forget that ace from the previous
4K,
round.
4K.
Been an insane double kill and the rifle pickup.
Terselamatkan oleh Carpe.
The size there.
Nice,
But the operator
nice.
now online on a crucial round. Now Team Liquid also crucial ultimates as well.
Raska.
Fury and the lockdown.
Oh, di delay, santuy di delay.
Try to shake things up. Doesn't have that already, but it's going to be the Hunter's Fury. Straight off the rip. Izu
Nice,
going
nice.
Rossi. Mowing
Nice.
three.
Woo.
Gets himself four. Do we get another ace?
Find
There
that.
it
Anjay.
is. Why the hell not?
Wah, udah kena
Ladies
mental
and
sini.
gentlemen, ace number
Ayo kena
6
mental
in
lah,
3
udah.
maps
Ace kayak
to
gini,
play
wah, udah.
as T1
Loh,
take the
let's
lead.
go.
And the pop off from Rossi.
Anjay,
Flying
udah kena mental.
halfway
Ya,
across
ya, ya,
the
ya.
globe.
Let's go,
Leaving
lawan
his
Mabar
mark already in Seoul, South Korea.
Let's go.
As the newest member to the long-standing Korean team
Gila.
T1.
Surely this is a record now.
It
Flawless.
has to be 6 aces.
Tadi
in a
sebelumnya S
best of
juga,
three
S pakai
series.
series
There's
loh.
just
Itu
no way.
It
Carpe
feels like
sekarang.
it's got to be unprecedented, at least at this level.
I mean, it's an average of 2 per map. That's just unheard of.
Anjay. Let's go.
Off the
Timeout
back
plus.
of that, we will see
Pas timeout
another
dari tim Liquid.
immediate
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
breaks here.
Jai, bejir banget.
Oh boy. Here's the thing. The initial idea
Tinggi
from Team
banget,
Liquid,
anjay.
I don't mind it. Make some initial fast push, draw out some of that utility, especially the snake bites that allows that
Kita remote
lockdown to be a
Iwan.
lot safer
Eh,
as
besok
well.
kayaknya.
You send the Hunter's Fury to clear out
Mas,
tree. I mean,
besok
it's just a
semoga
classic set play that we've seen time and
Cukup
time
paper Rex sih.
again. But what they didn't account for is you get the
Ini semoga
tag, you
Iwan
leave
menang.
onto Izu, you're all
Rex.
focused on that Omen. And Rossi's
Ayu.
just able to hold the angle from Dice.
Crazy.
Ayo.
Well, this is a tech pause, not the
Technical
second timeout
pause.
burn here from Team
Yo.
Liquid.
Apa cu alasan apa lagi technical voice?
Exactly the issue is, and hopefully have it rectified quickly so that we can get back into this one. Seems like it's something to do with one of the players' equipment. Pieces of equipment, I should say.
Could very well likely be maybe Rossi's pop off. Dragged a cable or two. Doesn't look like it though, so thankfully nothing of that sort. He's still going off though, he's still hyped up.
Oh man,
Oh,
this has been
And
kayak lagi hype-hype-nya udah dapet
historic matchup.
yes, absolutely.
momentum
This is
technical pause.
absolutely insane.
And the thing
Jadi
is
turun
sure,
dong.
you know, it's an off-season tournament. Yes,
Parah.
overall atmosphere is a lot brighter, etc. However, how often can we say we've seen vibes like this from a Korean org in any esport, right? Just the pop-offs, the high energy, the screams coming out.
I mean, it's usually the cool, calm, and collected, the silent killer. You
Yeah.
know?
I mean, it's usually the
Oh,
Carpe, right?
yeah.
But then now you've got the Rossi right next to him. The yin and the yang here for T1.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's been a hot minute. The ones that come to mind when I'm thinking about, you know, just like good on-camera moments from Korean players, I'm thinking all the way back to like the days of like Piglet and Gimp in the LCK.
Sure, yeah,
know,
yeah, they had some.
The smug grin on Piglet's face, that kind of stuff. But yeah, this has been an insane display here
I
from
mean,
both of these teams.
It's a new era for T1 as an org, I believe, and also really embodying. People have talked time and time again, right? FPSs are very momentum-based. You want that energy flying through, and Rossi's bringing that here for the team.
Hai, yo, lama banget
I mean, I think
jiwa.
he's fully assimilated
Yes,
now.
there's no
So,
concern.
we can start calling him South Korea Rossi. you know, maybe we use
Jir,
it as
Jampi masih chill banget ya. Yang ada kena mental lagi gitu. Yang di tengah udah diem banget tuh.
And just to be able to gel this quickly, I mean, it hasn't been that long since he landed here in Korea.
Rossi chill. Anjay, berdoa anjay.
Bringing the lead
Let's
back
go.
from Americas as well. I mean,
hey, it's working. It's been working for us, boss.
yes, it
So,
has.
Anjay,
yeah,
berdoa,
might as
Cok.
well.
Oh man.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
What a match, though. Sure, I mean, right now, you know, it seems like the tone in favor of T1, but Team Liquid's bounced back from this before in this best of 3. I mean, they are, if you look at the roster for T1, it's a very
Lama
veteran
banget ya.
squad if you
Belum
really
mega
think
mos.
about it.
Udah ya? Udah mega mos. Oke, oke.
Apex
Let's go,
playing
let's go, let's
together
go.
all this year, and, you know, 2 of those members playing on Fnatic before that.
I mean, both teams incredibly veteran squads.
Yes.
TL's
Oke, saya
more
player
so
pakai
just
OP.
within Valorant.
Yes,
It's
yes.
actually a
Sepertinya
very
di
strong
Evan.
T1 across other games. But now we go back in. Knives drawn. Keiko, the shorty, is a backup. Marshall once again into the hands of Yampi. Flash getting a minor confirmation.
CCTV selalu di sana.
Cam set up. Nice dart. Oh,
Anjir,
from Enzo takes that one out.
sok dartnya
Right
gigi
into
banget
trap
nih.
wires though.
Sampai sana, bejir.
So T1, they've accepted that they've given up mid
Pas ada yang
control, so
lihat
that
mid
calls for
sini.
Carpi to at least kind of peek through for the flank, potentially a slight angle
Smoke.
to look through on market. There's still the trap wires on B though, so no need for T1 to overcompensate.
Just leave those extra ready to swing off the back of
Chill, Nit.
getting triggered.
Iko kok, santai. Ini Iko. Jangan thrifty, jangan thrifty.
Nearby switch. Saya player wanting to go for the scope in. Do they push
Aduh.
out? Nope, the shot flies.
Ah, kelihatan ya?
Just trying to stay quiet.
Aduh.
Wants to go for, I thought maybe some trigger discipline, but
Yeah.
Enzo just swings in, domes him.
Oke, dapat satu. Chill, chill.
Reads the enemy jet, gets the shutdown there. Finding one, but it's a weapon recovered here into the hands of Team Liquid.
You have a Blade Store online from Saya as well. Got the Neural Theft, you can find an angle from heaven.
There we
What's
go.
this?
Blade's now pulled. Find a kill to open things up. That can be the reveal. Extrit has that Neural Theft online. Okay, sends it down, managing to get line of sight there onto the corpse fast enough. Now
Oke, udah tahu. 3 hole. Satu man.
Out in main, Mystic jiggling for a brief moment. One of those knives flies.
Nice.
Carpe.
Nice.
One, gets
Last,
another
last.
second.
Amen, amen.
Extrit gets another.
Oke, cuma
We know
serif.
that Mystic,
Oke.
he was
It's okay, it's
playing
okay.
out front.
Dia serif, dia serif. Nice. Nice run, nice run, nice run. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Needed to buy some more seconds, but they
Oke,
couldn't quite do
siap.
it.
Match point, match point, match point.
Now move up to 11.
Saya player ke B nggak sih?
After you see
Ah,
the
ya.
Neural Theft come out, maybe they'd spray down with the
Ke B nggak sih,
Phantom
Bang?
through the floor to try to get those kills, but they had
Ini
other
bobonya
ideas. They
mereka mau
wanted
ke
to
B.
make sure they checked for the last remaining member. Rossi keeps his eye on main. That allows Carpe
Anjir,
to
gigi
then
banget.
focus
Carpe
on
lagi
this
panas
just
bener,
fire
anjir.
range practice down in hell of really
Carpe dan
controlled
Rossi.
retake here from T1.
Let's go, let's go. Let's go to playoff. Tuh kan benar mereka ke B harusnya. Mereka mau.
So Yampi probably going
Oke, di
for this
ulti. Nice banget.
focused on B, and
Nice, nice, nice.
Anticipate it's going to be a bit of a rush here.
Oh.
Rossi.
Oi.
Tagged down
Oi.
so low. The Nano nearly claiming him. Saw the alarm bot placed, but for now,
Kill dulu nggak sih, Bang?
wants to stay safe. Doesn't want to make a
Bang Karpe, tolong, Bang.
Carpe not
Nggak ya?
anywhere
Nggak heal ya?
nearby, so cannot try to reinforce that HP bar.
and I love the position from Saya
Kill dulu.
right? Because now the weakness
Tuker
is
dong,
if
satu
you come
ke A
into
gitu.
market, that
Nah,
hit is
mantap.
absolutely
Itu.
useless. So he is tasked with
Keren.
holding that angle. You
Jaga.
still have the extra trap wire there for insurance to allow for the escape. The heal coming in as well from Carpe.
Hebat nih Odin ya.
Okay, does get over there. Does get that Viper back to full. Saya
Iran, cut noise.
trying to see if anyone's going to be using that Viper wall against him to try to get it over in towards bench. Enzo very concerned about that deep flank out of A.
The guiding light
Masih
tags
ada.
him as well. So while T1 is
Itu
spread thin,
kelihatan. Oke.
Barrel found
Saya
as well.
player dapat
There's no
satu
reason
lah.
for them to move. They have all
Satu,
the information.
2.
First down, side player still waiting patiently. The push getting ready to come
Tiga,
through.
nice.
There's one. Nats taken down. The scope back through. The reveal, the
Oke,
dart.
oke, kedengeran suaranya. Dia
Keiko
buka.
stuck into the corner now. Just trying to
Aduh.
force him out, trying to go for that one tap through the corner. Goes for it, Saya. The shot whipping, and he cannot dash
Bang,
out of
bantu,
here.
Bang.
It looks like Keiko doesn't
Saya
want to
tolong
challenge
dibantu,
any
saya
further. The
tolong
rotation now
dibantu.
coming through. Izu ready to
One way
creep.
smoke.
Sets up a smoke.
Nice.
Back check.
Blind.
Paranoia crashing through. The
Banyak
one-way
banget,
setup
wah.
is good. Gets
Oke,
the reveal
ketahuan.
onto
Ini yang
one.
di Gen nggak tahu di.
They try to spam out, but the time is dwindling.
Match
8
point.
seconds remaining. Mystic
Let's
rushing up out of
go.
the smoke. Will get dropped
Match
in
point, match
T1.
point.
They get their way up to
Ya, nggak
match
bisa
point,
kemana-mana
and
banget.
crucially, that cash
Match
has
Oh,
run
let's go, let's
dry.
go.
Oh, the buy's gonna be
Yuh,
rough.
oh iya,
The
masih ada
last time
timeoutnya ya.
out used, but it might be a
Ah,
round
tai
too
banget.
late.
Udahlah, kalah ini
Just
cok.
spent your
Masa
null
timeout cok.
command. You spent your last full buys here.
Saya mau menang.
Team Liquid, they just haven't been able to find a solid answer. 5 rounds in a row. Go over to T1.
Nice
Really
one-way
being
smoke.
aware of the potential ultimate battles on the B side. The early pit, I mean, Rossi just dodging, matrix dodging all those Odin sprays.
Benci
That
ya.
helps a ton. But on top of that, the adjustments from Carbe
Bet
to
dah.
heal, the guiding
Panik,
light to
panik,
make
panik.
sure that it's still B. Saya player still holding mid. I mean, the defensive impenetrable right now for T1. And I'm curious what Coach Emil's answer is going to be here, because it's not like with a Killjoy. With a Killjoy, it's a lot easier. Go in, break the alarm bot. Now you know you've drawn someone mid, but with the trap wires, they haven't really figured out what the common setups have been yet.
Yeah, I mean, we saw, you know, the one good clear on the camera there from Enzo, kind of reading that position, but then there was no more concern about market because those 2 trap wires still sat there for X-Curate.
Yeah, I think that's a big part.
Wiley, though, still looking like some smiles here
Yuk,
on the faces
satu
of
round
Team
lagi,
Liquid,
match
so not
point,
letting
match
us get them
point.
down and out. This is
Oh,
a major
playoff.
position to be in, you know, for an attempt at a run back. We saw it on Breeze, that 12
Let's
and
go.
9.
Let's go, let's
They
go.
couldn't take that
Oh.
additional step, and they
Hmm.
do it this time
Kebel
around.
lagi.
See here, Yampi,
Saya player di mana anjir? Oh,
1 Phantom, and then Guardians across the board.
diganti
Yeah,
camnya
Guardians, you know,
di pizza.
that's all I'm saying.
Oke.
No ultimate's going to be gained easily this time through the ult orbs either, so just another standard push here.
There's the entry, flash in.
Nice flash banget, Sok. Wah, ketahuan gua backset. Yo, itu kenapa tuh?
Now Rossi, pressure on him to try to hold, to try to get some kind of trade.
Nice.
Managing to find one.
Aduh, nggak ada dapat satu lagi itu bagus. 4 lawan 4, 4 lawan 3.
Flash out, and that's full
Aduh.
buy. But Yampi with the
Oh.
free fire does go
Saving
ahead.
nggak sih, Bang?
Works down to
Saving, nice.
side player. Now wants to
Oke,
hold
santuy saving
on
aja,
to that
santuy,
off.
santuy.
Yeah, I mean, you just
Chill,
don't want to give
chill
it up.
out,
You don't
chill
want to
out.
give away free ult orbs either, right?
Thanks,
You
Kuret,
just need
kenapa,
that
Cok?
one more round. You have all the creds in the world. Just
Pincang
try
gitu.
to reposition to an area you don't think you'll be hunted
Oh,
down on.
Mystic.
Ah.
Mystic's gonna get it. Spots him. Quick and
Aduh,
easy
jangan
kill.
timeout
Operator
dong.
on the floor. Looks like some comms as to whether or not
Nih,
they
jangan
actually
timeout,
want
jangan
the attack. In the end, I
overtime.
believe they leave it on the ground. Yes, they will. Obviously, cash plentiful. Shy player, he's capped. He's got 9,000. He'll be able to buy another one.
Yeah, T1
Tuh,
will be
Enzo-nya bisa
fine.
dapat ini sih, bisa
Question is,
multi
how
tuh.
does
Oh, kena ya?
continue
Kayak kena
this?
slow
'Cause
anjir.
This also goes all the way back to Lotus in that first map. This is where it started. Now, T1 drove it all the way up to 12 to 9. Team Liquid clawed it back into
Oh, Jumpy
overtime and took
30 kill
over
anjay.
after a couple sets.
Now weaponry in a much more comfortable position here. Side player trying to get the hell out of dodge. Keiko dashing up over the top of him. Has he spotted him? Yes, he has. Side player with that shorty drawn out, trying to find the kill. Carpe sat at lumber.
Oh,
Finds
nice,
one.
nice
Rossi
backup.
covering fire. Takes out Nats now, sends in the bite over top of the poison
Okay,
cloud, and
menang.
there it is.
Spike down B.
The cleanup
Let's
comes
go,
through as
play
Enzo was
off,
the
play
last man
off, play
standing.
off, play off,
The
play off, play
IGL needing to
off.
kill 3.
Oh, here comes Izu as well.
Oke,
They know the
udah menang,
spike's
fix
here.
menang sih.
The trap wire is still alive in mid as well. There
Let's
is just no
go. Masih
concern for
ada drone
T1.
juga sih.
And another smoke. Really just make it hurt. Enzo
Drone ada
sprays.
scan.
Sure, he's got a drone, but
GG.
just get pushed if he tries to go for it. Trap wire
Good
now
shot.
set down, making his life a living
Mana yang
hell.
last nih? Enzo nih. Sama mau dari mid. Di mid ada trap
This is
wire.
the one gamble I can do from the trap wire. The door closed in mid as well.
Wah, anjir, triple pick gitu.
I mean, there's nothing you can do here.
Anjir, triple pick. Anjir.
And there's the realization. Door shut. Breaks it.
Ngapain?
Paranoia
Lama,
across
bikin
half the
lama-lama
map.
aja anjir. Salah,
Trying to
enak.
isolate this.
Rossi as well. I mean,
Kesian
this
banget,
is-
Cok.
As I said to Paper Thin the other day, this is like
The
trying to break
boys.
the 7-10 split in
The
bowling.
boys.
This feels so damn impossible, and it will
GG.
be. Izu will find the last
Playoff.
kill. Enzo will
Welcome.
fall, and
Duel
T1
Susanto
will
is
punch
coming.
their ticket into the playoffs,
Let's go,
taking
let's
down
go.
Team
Anjir, Carpe
Liquid
GG, Cok.
2-1 in the series.
GG
So
Karpi,
far,
Rossi,
looking like
Isu,
a very successful
GG,
rebuild
GG,
for
GG.
T1 in the VCT 2023 off-season. You know, several
Yeah,
additions to the roster that brought question marks in terms of the combination that they would have, but you can see the smile on Coach Otto's face. I've never seen him happier than this.
Anjay, digendong gitu ya, Skrep.
And, I mean, you gotta give it to him. The players and the coaching staff all together making the dream
Ketemu
happen.
Paper Rex nih.
T1 fans rejoicing around the world as T1 now rises as the #1 seed
T1
from Group B to go into the playoffs.
Anjir.
The lone Korean representatives continuing to keep
Ketemu ini.
themselves in this tournament. Do not have to play again today. Their work here is done.
Mana nih? Anjay.
For Team
Besok
Liquid,
jam
it's unfortunately only the
jam 6
beginning.
ya.
They need to sit back, practice, watch the next series if
Jam
they
6
want
di
to
sini.
be
Ya setengah 7 lah, jam 7 atau jam 6.
But then they have to go on and play against the
Besok,
winner of
besok.
that series later tonight.
Long extension for them. We even have fans
Bisa kita
flying over
nongkrong
from
nih, rame
Japan.
banget di sini.
Shiranizu, of course, he used to be
Sentinel
playing
doang.
the Challengers Japan throughout 2023 on the old Jedi roster, getting so close to making it to Ascension. A lot of people
Bisa kita
wanted
ngobrol
to
lagi.
give him a
Gila.
chance to get to see him on the VCT stage, and here
Kuret
he
abang
is
gue nih,
in
anjay.
purple
Iwan
alongside
Pepper,
T1.
ini yang ditunggu-tunggu anjir. Gak tahu. Sekalian
Just
debut lawan adik sendiri anjir.
I mean,
for both teams, quite frankly.
Sekalian
everybody
debut
had their
langsung
moments for
lawan
sure. I
adik
mean,
sendiri.
good lord, like the opening
Wah, gokil
overtime
sih.
on Lotus, having that go 16
For
to
second, for
14.
Suret.
The number of aces that we had throughout this one is, again, it
Nih,
has to be
semoga yang masuk
record-breaking.
EDG dah, semoga.
Especially here in this last
Jangan
map.
di-quit anjir,
For
semoga
TL
dah.
side, Yampi, the guy, getting yet another ace
Set.
under his belt, putting up such solid
Reflecting.
figures, did eventually make it to 30 kills across
Kok
those
masih
23
set?
rounds
Masih ada
played.
EDG ya?
It was a gorgeous performance from him
Apa
there
yang
on that
famous?
KO. But
Satu
when
derby
the enemy
straight
team
chat
is
anjay
getting
sih satu
multiple aces
derby.
against ya, it
What
makes
can
it
you do?
all the more difficult, especially when one of those aces was a thrifty round.
Yes, this right
Teng,
here. The
ini anjir, main saya serip
Sheriff ace.
cok.
Just clean
Pede
shots,
banget
all
nih
four,
orang-orang.
one shot, one kill, and then the last one just waits for his target to stop
Oke guys,
moving.
kita besok lagi oke.
Yeah.
And
Santu
I mean, Team
derby.
Liquid, even on the attacking
Oke,
side,
thank you
sometimes
semua yang
when
udah
they
nonton,
got to play these 3v3s,
yang udah like, yang udah
2v2s, they had some
subscribe,
good
thank you,
ideas in terms of how to
thank
set up the trades amongst themselves with the abilities. However, when it came to the defense, they couldn't break through the Viper and the Cypher setups from T1.
Well, I'm sure